I am back. At least for the moment. All right. Mouse cutter thumb cutting the tag off of a stuffed animal. The secular on the top of my list. Oh, don't worry. I'll get to Kennykpz next. Don't worry. I'll get to him. It may not be directly next, but I'll get to him. Don't worry. Yeah, I know how they do. Why are you so concerned, Ryan? Are you Kennykpz, Ryan? Is that why you're so fucking concerned? Why do you give a fuck about Kennykpz? Does he butt fuck you at night? Is that why you're so concerned about Kennykpz, Ryan? Is that what your problem is? Huh? Does he butt fuck you at night? I asked you a question. Does he butt fuck you at night? Yes or no? Yeah, Yeah. You can't answer the fucking question. Get the fuck out of my room. Get the fuck out of my room. Somebody comes in the room talking about one of my haters, and then I'm supposed to act all surprised? Yeah, right. Get the fuck out of my room. And how did you know that Kennykpz was one of my haters anyway? How did you know that, Mr. Lightbulb? Huh? How did you know that? Are you fucking psychic? Do you have a crystal ball in your hip pocket? How stupid do you think I am, motherfucker? I've been around the mulberry bush with you fuckers for what now? 5 fucking years? I'm not dumb. I don't talk about it all the time, Doug Buttman. And what the fuck name is Doug Buttman? What the fuck kind of name is that? Are you gay also? Not that there's anything wrong with being gay. I'm just asking. Are you gay? Goodbye. Yes, that is Code Red Mountain Dew. That is the game fuel. That is the game fuel version. See Call of Duty up there? Call of Duty MW3. It is game fuel. Okay, so yeah. Yes, the Buttman has just left the building.
Oh my goodness. Ladies and Gentiles, elephants and crocodiles, thank you for joining me again. An in conversation with so controversial that YouTube knocks it down before even a word is uttered. Folks, this is one I promised you do not want to miss. I'm sure if you're new to the scene, you've heard the name many times come out of the great Gummisher's mouth. But now for a very rare appearance, after weeks of negotiations, people talking to people, contracts being signed, we have worked it out, ladies and gentlemen. I'm able to bring to you the man himself, Mr. Kennykpz. How the hell are you doing? Are you staying safe?
Staying safe. What's up, everybody? What's up, man?
We're just doing it. I never know if Kenny's alive or not. I always hear things through the years, and I had a suspicion because about a month ago or a few weeks ago, I saw on like a Fox News affiliate some raw footage of a riot down south, and I swore I saw Kenny running with a jumbo bag of nuggets over his shoulder out of a burning McDonald's. I'm like, there's Kenny.
No,
he's made it out.
No, not McDonald's anyway. No, yeah, man, everything's good considering, what 2020 has been like for everybody. Everything's good. I thought I'd come on here and have a few laughs for old time's sake with everybody. Maybe do some reminiscing, tell some stories, that sort of thing. See if we can have a good time, reminisce.
Right. Well, I got a folder full of videos. I don't think we're going to be able to get through everything. And I know there's people that are going to want to see certain clips. We'll try to cover what we can now. Of course, for a lot of people that are kind of new to the scene, they know you through the infamous Dear Von Helton video that was put out many years ago. We're not going to go through that. That one's out there if people want to sit and watch it. And no offense to Mr. KPZ, but for the most part, it's a pretty mundane video. Yet it is stuck in Von Helton's memory forever. It is etched into his brain.
Yeah, that's one that he likes to lean on. That's when, he likes to build up his boogeymen, and I gave him one with that video. So I knew what I was doing when I made it, he had been kind of asking for it for a while. I let him go and talk, and he was mentioning me in videos, and you know how things were back then,
Yeah.
So I finally responded and decided to kind of try to hit him a little bit where it hurts. But yeah, the old dear Vaughn and Andrea. I was like 2011, I think, like early 2011.
Yeah, and who knows what would come after, right? Yeah.
Oh man, jeez.
So we're gonna do a little stroll down memory lane. We're gonna common tour on some videos, kind of relive and maybe give some what we can, at least some perspective on some of the classic gags that everyone's heard about over the years.
Yeah,
maybe some behind the scenes. We'll try to follow somewhat of a timeline, but I promise nothing. It could go anywhere
for sure.
So we don't know where we're gonna fucking end up, but. First things first, I'm fucking getting dry mouthed here, so I gotta fucking.
What's up, everybody in the chat? It's been a long time since I've seen these names. Some of y'all look familiar, some of y'all look new, some of y'all look familiar from the old Troller Mania hangout days. Those days we had some fun with old Gabe and and Vaughn and some other guys. So I recognize some of these names, but people I don't recognize, what's up? Nice to meet you. So.
Well, definitely you're a name that comes up in some classic videos. Vaughn has a special place in his heart for you.
Well, I don't know. I don't know what's up with Vaughn these days. Maybe you can catch me up on Vaughn when before this is all over, because I don't really know what's going on with him. I don't keep up with him these days. Things have been too crazy to keep up with too much shit. Especially considering the dance we've already done with Von Hilton for so many years,
Yeah, well, history does tend to repeat itself. But I mean, we have pretty much. I think we've confirmed at this point he's stealing off his mom. Surprise.
That's
kids. The kids are still not with him, but we'll get into all that kind of stuff.
Oh, okay. All right.
Vaughn has been, but I mean, actually, according to Vaughn, it's been all going according to plan. Life couldn't be better. He's got no kids. He's lost 20 pounds.
Really?
He might even hit the dating circuit again. We don't know.
Well, good for him, I guess. Good for you, Vaughn, if you're watching.
Well, just give me a sec here. I'm just I'm old school. I'm a little slow on the draw here, but
I know. No worries. Oh Lord, I hear the fucking tiger rock at the back.
We're coming in. We're coming in. Well, it was just speaking of Vaughn's, newfound fucking vigor. I don't know if I think you've caught this, but Vaughn has been. I think he might be getting ready to hit the dating circuit again with that loss of 20 pounds. He's in better shape he's ever been in.
Oh shit! This rings a bell.
One of my favorites.
Of course. Got to cast that spell at the beginning. Got to do that.
So we got Vaughn flexing in the mirror here.
Oh yeah. Okay. This is new?
This is the last couple weeks. Now I'm just going to pause for a second. Now we can appreciate the heavy breathing. I'd also like to point out the dirty mirror.
Well, how old is he now?
He's 56.
56. Well, I've seen 56-year-old guys look worse than that. Let's be real.
Okay, he's doing all right.
I don't know. He's looking a little thick around the hips, though. That's a little.
Well, that's the Huggies, but it's it looks like we're ready to tear that toilet out. But what draws my attention is the toothpaste on the mirror. Now we know Von Helton doesn't use toothpaste. We know he hasn't had kids for 5 months. I'm just saying that fucking mirror.
Oh man, we're gonna get in. Like, this reminds me of when we were doing the trash monster thing.
Oh yeah.
What we were doing, we were playing. We came up with a game on Skype back in the day. We would all sit on Skype and play Name That Trash.
Yeah, you'd have to guess the item. Yeah.
Yeah, we would just start describing it. It was like some weird fucking ghetto charades type shit. So.
Well, let's see what. Well, I don't know. Like, one thing I don't think I ever asked you. Well, first of all, when I first started, as you know, there was no Friends of Secular Opinion when I first started going at Von Helton.
That's right.
He had lots of subscribers. The Truth Movement was, pumping. It was growing.
Oh yeah.
And they were vicious. And I was one of the few that went out. Now, not the few that went against Von Helton. There's already people like laughing at him, but you know, that time to go after truthers and stuff, you know, you're pretty much asking for death threats and fucking butcher knives up your ass and shit. So it was pretty fucking heavy. But I remember you were one of the first people that reached out to me through like I think it was YouTube Messenger or something like that.
Yeah,
Skyping and all that shit. But I don't think I've ever asked you, how did you ever get into Von Helton? Like, how did you ever stumble onto him?
So like back in the day before I kind of just started my YouTube channel and was exploring the news and, you know, conspiracies, just kind of discovering stuff, right? And I kind of found this whole crowd around like Monty and, you know, other guys, the truthers around that movement, and Von Helton was one of them. And I met a couple friends out there, and they were going at Von, and Von was going at them, like, you know, constantly. So that's kind of how I became exposed to Von Helton. I just kind of stumbled across, and, you know, Blog TV as well. I can't recall if no, I found him on Blog TV through YouTube. So and I guess just because of the people I started getting to know on YouTube and hanging out with, commenting on their videos, Von started, I guess, talking shit about me, you know. 'Cause how he was back then is like, if Von was going back and forth with somebody, he would even go in the comments of the videos to see who was commenting, and then go to their channel and look at them. And, you know, I mean, he kind of had it in his head that all those people were just, you know, in cahoots or something. So, but that's how I found Von. He started talking about me, and I made my first video about him, which was, I think, Von Helton makes local news. I just chopped up a local news video about some shit going on in the Kentucky ghetto and made it look like it was about Von. You know, I thought it was funny. So, and from then on, it was just, it was on and popping from there, you know.
Right.
You know, Von, he's unforgiving.
Yeah, because you really didn't make that many videos about him. Like, no. I mean, we were always, you know, in the fray kind of thing, watching and stuff. But
sure.
I mean, it's not like you made, like, you know, tens of videos about the guy. You made literally, you could probably count on one hand. But man, you got under his skin, that's for sure.
Yeah, I mean, it just started with the local news video, just to kind of, I wanted to shoot back at him a little bit because he just kept, I'd let him talk, you know, and it was fun. It all seemed like kind of in good fun and humor and everything. So, but of course, Von, you know, he can start taking things pretty serious, right? Next thing you know, he's getting airdropped into your neighborhood, and he's going to come take care of you. I mean, that's one thing he said that really stood out to me back then. He said, if Google or YouTube doesn't come out there and do something about you, I'm going to come handle it myself. And I was like, whoa, wait a minute. What the hell are we doing here? You know, so that's
actually, since you're bringing that up, I'm just trying to get, I don't have the clips all prearranged, so it's not going to be pretty tonight, folks, but I'm just kind of grabbing them as we're talking. But speaking of that, I think this is a kind of good segue and kind of wiggling our way into a timeline. So I just want to play a little bit of this classic. So,
It's got masks and everything. Just because.
Hey, Kenny, why don't you come down here to my house and find out how mad I really am? Hey, Kenny, why don't you come on down here to my house and find out how mad I really am?
The night it happened.
Come on down here, motherfucker. Come on down here, Mr. Badass. Mr. Badass, Mr. Keyboard Commando. Come on down here, Kenny. Come on down here, motherfucker. Yeah, I'll fucking open up my fucking front door for you. Come on down, motherfucker. What are you waiting on, you prick? What are you waiting on, you prick? Get your ass down here.
Hold on a second.
I'll open up the fucking front door for you. You'll be going right back out the front door, but I'll open it for you.
Will you?
Oh, there he goes.
No, I won't. No, I won't.
Yeah. That's Monty, dude. That was
Hey, Don, we're supposed to have a kickboxing match, remember?
There you go, motherfucker. The door's open. There you go, Kenny. There you go, Kenny. The door's open. Right there. Fucking open up my door for you, motherfucker. Get your ass down here, Kenny. Get your ass down here, you keyboard commando motherfucker. Get your ass down here. Find out how mad I am. Come on, Kenny. You can make fucking threats behind your fucking keyboard, you little pussy. Why don't you say it to my face? Why don't you come down here and say to my face that my wife needs to leave me? Huh? Why don't you try saying that shit to my face, motherfucker?
Oh man. Yeah, I remember that night.
Yeah, so let's give some people a little context because I think so. I played the clip before, and I don't know if I played it in its entirety, but let's back up just a little bit and give some people. So this is Blog TV. Yes, that's Monty talking to him.
Yeah,
and I think you just came in the room and just I'll let you tell the story.
Yeah, so I think wasn't this right after the Kelly incident?
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
So what happened there was, Monograph was in the Blog TV show with Vaughn, and I guess confronting him about the chat,
Mm-hmm.
and somebody called me, and I won't say who it is because they probably don't want me to say, but somebody just called me and was like, "Hey, Vaughn's like threatening to beat you up or kill you or whatever in Blog TV right now." And I was like, "What?" So I came inside. I was like on the front porch or something. I just came inside. I cut the computer on, and all I said was, "Hey, what's going on here?" And Vaughn just erupted. What he said, what you saw was just a result of me. I don't think I even said anything after that. I mean, I may have said something, but literally, "Hey, what's going on in here?" Just boom. So that's
just gone. And really, the only thing that got like, as far as you were concerned, that you had made like what, a year before that Dear Andrea video or the Dear Von Helton video.
It wasn't even a year before that. So the Dear Andrea video that happened, I think, like 4 months, maybe 3 months before the Kelly incident, as they call it, the Kelly chat log incident. But he was just hot all the way through, right? And so this was right after that had happened, and Monograph had made it. I mean, if you wasn't around for the Kelly chat log thing, I mean, it was like the craziest shit ever, right?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, so many people were making videos about it, and it was like a scandal that hit the truther community back then,
Mm-hmm.
And on YouTube back then, it wasn't like it is now, where everything's all compartmentalized and everything's like hidden, and all the corporate stuff is promoted to you. Back then, it was just a free for all. So when I'd log into my YouTube, it was just straight Von Helton videos. It must have been like 50 Von Helton videos a day being made easy.
Oh, yeah.
It was just madness. So
yeah, his viewers were dropping like a rock too.
Oh, he must have lost 7,000-8,000 subscribers in a matter of days because of that thing,
Mm-hmm.
But this was right after that. Like, the aftermath was worse because all of a sudden he's been ousted by, which I don't know how the hell anybody took him serious anyway. I mean, we're talking about moon bases and fucking,
right.
He's a vampire 3 years ago.
Right.
Like, what are we doing? He's a fucking trained ninja, and it was just too much, right? But yeah, this was probably up until that time. This was peak like Von Helton controversy, up until that. I think this was like mid 2011 or something. So, but yeah, this
is fresh on the heels. This is right after Mr. Anonymous Dick confronts him, right? In that video, I put that video out.
I mean, this was kind of like the golden era, really, if you want to call it that, of trolling, where you still had your free speech. You didn't have to worry about getting flagged down all the time for bullshit. And people were much more, they had tougher skin. Like, people would just make a response video, and, only the crazy motherfuckers would carry on the wars for a fucking 5 years, right? Like Vaughn. But for the most part, it was just like the golden era. It was just fun. I mean, people would make troll accounts and troll people on lighthearted stuff, and but yeah, this was peak Von Helton fucking controversy.
Oh, he was worked up tonight. So let's watch just a little bit more of this.
Sure.
What's the matter, Kenny? You little prick? You little fucking waste of space? Why don't you get your ass down here, Mr. I'm cooler than anybody else. I'm a badass behind my keyboard. Yeah, come on down here and say that shit to my face, motherfucker. Tell me my wife should leave me to my face.
Listen to
me. Come on, Kenny. If you don't, you realize, Kenny, if you don't come down here, I've opened up the fucking door. If you don't come down here, you will forever be labeled a pussy. You will forever be labeled a pussy. This whole fucking room full of people is seeing that you're nothing but a fucking pussy. You're nothing but a pussy, Kenny. You're nothing but a pussy, Kenny. Get your ass down here or forget it. Or forget it.
Get up, shut that door. Don't let the doorknob hit you with a good load split you.
You know what? Go in the bathroom and get that salt and vinegar enema. Squeeze that shampoo bottle.
Come on, Kenny. Come on, Kenny. Come on, Kenny. Come on, Kenny. You fucking pussy. I'm going to make a video tomorrow. I'm going to make a video tomorrow.
You did. I think you did too.
Pussy. I openly challenged him to come down and face me like a man. He refused. He's hiding.
So he couldn't make it there, eh? He couldn't make it to Kentucky in time when that door was open, or what?
I mean, he gave me like 10 minutes, and I was like 5 states away. It's really tough, you know? I mean, I don't have like quantum fucking internet where I can just, Marty McFly my ass right over there on some fucking 3D printing intergalactic shit, So, but yeah, well, man, I forgot about this one.
I do remember later, and if we can get to the clip, if I can find it, you do actually offer to meet up with him, have a beer or two, maybe some chicken, sit and watch.
I may have, and that's probably exactly what we would have done. We probably would have sat down, had a beer, and I'd be like, "Man, come on, man, you need a fucking life coach. Let me fucking help you. Here's a bar of soap. Let's get started."
Well, let's watch a little bit more of this. It gets good. It gets real good.
Behind this fucking keyboard like a little fucking pussy. And I'll make that video tomorrow, motherfucker. You can bet on it. I got a whole fucking room of witnesses that you refuse to come down here and face me like a man. I got a whole room full of witnesses. What's the matter, Kenny? You can talk the talk, but you can't walk the walk, pussy? Huh?
Now hold on a second, Vaughn.
You can walk, you can talk the talk. You can hide behind your keyboard and make a fucking video telling my wife to leave me, but you can't come down here and say it to my face? You can't come down here and say it to my face? Come on, Kenny. Come on down here, motherfucker, and face me like a man. Or forever be labeled a pussy. Because I guarantee you, I'll be on that video tomorrow labeling you just that, a pussy. I got a whole fucking room full of people that heard me challenge you openly to come down here and face me like a man. If you can't do it, you're a fucking pussy.
Yep. That happened.
Yeah, Ron, can you shut your big old fucking pie hole right now? First of all, when Kennykpz comes and knocks down your front door, what the fuck are you gonna do? You ain't gonna do a goddamn.
Monty was like Blog TV King.
I think you'd shit your pants and then he'd have to change your diaper for you. That's just my opinion.
There it is.
Yeah, right. Yeah, right.
Oh,
Come on, what are you gonna do?
Come on down, Kenny.
No
Come on down, Kenny.
That's what he really wanted to come down.
Come on down, Kenny. Come on down, Kenny.
And now you hold up a.
So, go for it.
No, I just said, Lord.
Well,
That's what it was. Big ass gun.
Yeah, you're gonna get that gun waving out there. You're in trouble now, man. Come on down. Come on down.
Gun.
Come on down, Kenny. Well, you said I wouldn't do nothing, Monty. You said I was afraid, Monty. I'm not afraid of shit. I'm not afraid, Monty. I'm not afraid of shit. Come on down here, Kenny. Come on down here. Put your money where your mouth is.
You're a hypocrite.
I don't give a damn what I am. I don't give a damn what I am. You all calling me a fucking pedo. You all call me a fucking pedo. You all are calling me a fucking pedo.
Yeah. Well,
so fuck it.
Shut the fuck up.
Come on down here, Kenny. Come on down here, Kenny. Face me like a man. I'll ever be labeled a pussy.
How does it look? If you were sitting in our shoes and you were looking at a chat log that we did, you'd be thinking the same fucking thing.
No, I wouldn't. You know what I'd do if I saw that chat log? First of all, I'd say, oh, that video's by Mr. Anonymous Dick, a known hater.
Yeah,
a known hater. No, I would not, Monty. I got a brain, okay? I got a fucking brain. Okay, first of all, I know the video's made by a hater. Okay, that's number one.
That's true.
Okay? Number two, I know that this motherfucker is constantly trying to call Von Helton a pedophile. He's been doing it for years. Okay?
That may
I know that. That's number two. So my logical conclusion would be that this motherfucker made the video to try and falsely accuse Von Helton. That would be my conclusion. Funny how nobody got that part.
Excuse me, you can't falsely accuse somebody that's actually doing something.
Monty, I'm going to say it one more time. The Kelly video is in chunks. The Kelly video, I'm going to say it one more time. You don't get it, I'm going to say it again. The Kelly video is in chunks. Yes, the conversation is real time, but they cut the video up into chunks and rearranged the shit so that it made it sound like I'm a fucking pedo. It does not line up with the original chat logs. It doesn't do it.
Jesus.
And you,
Isn't it interesting to watch the evolution of Von Helton's excuses about the Kelly video?
I was just thinking that. I was like, this is excuse number 7,491 within like 3 weeks, right?
Oh yeah,
It was a few for real.
If only we could drag Lake Alice. I'm sure there's many hard drives on the bottom.
Oh yeah, I remember that too. What happened there?
This is the hangout, and I don't know if it's in this clip, but you might hear Monty say, because he makes a deal with Vaughn, because he asks him, he says, well, where are the chat logs? And Vaughn gives Monty, he goes, well, I'll have them by the weekend, right? I'll get them to you. And then that Friday, wouldn't you know it, his hard drive went.
He pulled a fucking Hillary Clinton and bleach bit them motherfuckers.
All fucking bleached.
The Hilton Foundation rubbed them out.
Yeah.
and you're going to prove that how?
All I got to do is request the original
Here it
logs
is.
from Blog
Here it
TV.
is.
That's all I got to do. Just like a piece of cake.
Well,
Just like that.
request them. I'll pay you.
Just like that.
I'll pay you. Give me your full fucking name. I'll wire you the money. I'll pay you. Pull the fucking logs and post it on your channel. You send me a private message, I'll give you a dollar amount.
Okay.
I'll wire you the money tomorrow.
Monograph was money back then.
Pull the fucking docs. I want to see it with my own eyes.
Well, I'll contact Blog TV and see if
I'll put my money where my motherfucking mouth is.
All
You
right.
request fucking shit. Get it on video. Put it on your fucking. Put it on video, and I will pay you cash. I'll wire you the money. I'll set to your hand.
All right. I don't know if Blog TV will do it,
Run
but
in
I'll.
your fucking mouth and prove it.
I don't know if Blog TV will give them to me, but if they will, I'll be more than happy to request them.
Well, why wouldn't they?
I don't know.
Why
Why
wouldn't
not? I don't know. I said I don't know, not under a rock. Quit putting words in my mouth. Put words in my mouth. That's what I want to sure.
She stirred his shit up.
God damn it! Everybody in the fucking room wants to hate on me. Wants to fucking jump my ass. But you say you ain't got a room full of trolls. Fuck you! You're a liar. The whole fucking room's jumping my ass.
3,
Yeah, that's what Ron lets off there. So,
Oh shit!
oh Jesus,
Buddy was roasting him.
yeah, yep, yeah. It was by that Friday that hard drive went missing. Wouldn't you know it? You couldn't get those logs anymore.
Oh man, those Blog TV days, man. You know, the internet will never, like, future generations, and they're like from since it's gone, they'll never know what that shit was like. That type of that shit was so hilarious back then. I mean, yeah, think about it. You got Monograph confronting Von Helton about some fucking chat logs that make him look like some fucking piece of shit. And it's, the social fucking, it's just hilarious.
Well, kind of falling back into the whole timeline of Von Helton, it definitely was a game changer when Mouse came on the scene. And
Yeah.
so this we're actually stepping back a little bit, because I believe this would be pre the Dear Von Helton or Dear Andrea video. This is when we were first introduced to Clan Von Helton. As we become to know. This is the infamous Von Helton, a family portrait video.
Oh boy.
Now, this is when the oldest, they don't have the twins yet. This is the oldest. A lot of people don't remember this, or they weren't around for this. But you see, history tends to repeat itself. I think that is the theme here tonight, how history repeats itself, because a lot of people don't realize that Mouse was actually in a very similar situation when she moved into Von. So he was already hooked up with some older weirdo guy. And basically, Von had cooed her away using fear-mongering. I think it was H1N1 at the time or something. And
No, I believe it was 2012. I think it was, the water. We got to get the high ground.
yeah, well, everything is safer in Kentucky, the hills of
I don't
Kentucky,
remember.
apparently.
I don't. Something was happening.
But what's interesting about this video for everyone to know is that they had actually just went to court that morning. She was the plaintiff, he was the defendant, and he was actually asking for a DNA test to prove that it's his kid. Because up to that point, he's like, this isn't my kid. And hear how he refers to it's that the kid and I. Well, I guess that's mine.
Oh, boy.
Yeah. So they just came back from court, folks. This is a classic.
Your organization is against gun
I'm actually just
control.
going to grab a drink here and let it play for a sec.
All right.
And commies. Listen, let's get one thing straight.
Guns don't kill. I do.
Yes, wow.
All right. Basically, I've got Mouse here and Layla here. And I'm considerably taller in the chair than they are, so I'm having to adjust.
Just listen to the enthusiasm in his voice, folks, as he introduces his daughter to the world. It's just, yeah.
I'm having to adjust it so that they all fit. No, so now the other one is that although I was exposed to depleted uranium, it turns out that that is mine. At least that's what the DNA test says. Mm-hmm. So that's where we're going to deal with it. So that is my daughter. I don't know how that works, but hey, I'll go with the flow. Look how fat this thing is. She went from 5 pounds to 9 pounds in just, 2 weeks or something? Yeah.
Actually, it's like a couple months.
Well, I don't know how long it's been. It ain't been that very long.
Like 2 months.
It seems like it was yesterday that she was 5 pounds, and now she's.
I know, I missed that.
Yeah, you're white. I'm Cherokee. Mixed race. It kind of blows the racism thing out of the water, doesn't it? With me being Cherokee Indian and you being white.
Yeah.
It's perfect.
No way I like it. No way I don't. I like to get turned on by white women.
Yeah, well. The thing I'm going to do is put your arm up there. Let's make a comparison. All right, she is white. I am not. Do you all fucking get it now, or are you colorblind? Okay? She is white. I am not. Get it straight.
And she's mixed.
And she's mixed, yes. And she's a mixed race.
And she's smart.
And she is smart.
I already figured out how to trick mommy and daddy.
Yeah. And, now you're 21 years old.
Yep, I turned 21 August 9th.
You are not a minor.
Nope. Even though I did look like it, I'm not. I promise.
And there is no incest going on.
No, as far as we know.
As far as we know. So now, what are you thinking about the UFOs over the cities? And whatnot? What do you
well, if it actually does happen, and it's not a distraction because of the of Iran trying to nuclear us, then I say we get our guns and everything ready. And stock them on food just in case they might put martial law out there.
Got to shoot them aliens.
Probably what they're going to do is implement martial law if the UFOs arrive. Yes, ma'am. So now, as a 21-year-old, what does all this stuff mean?
I also would like people to observe as they pass the baby back and forth through the video. I never really kept track of how many times they actually passed the kid back and forth, but
you take them. No, you take them. You take them. No, you take them.
Let's not change it. Oh, geez.
Do you anything? Because most 21-year-olds
the UFO thing, is going to affect, our future.
Well, it changes our lives, doesn't it?
Yeah, especially, for somebody, people like, my age.
Absolutely, it does. But see, the sad part about it
is, her, her age as well. It affects her future just as well as it affects mine. It doesn't hurt nobody.
I know.
The only thing he's been doing is telling the truth, and
that's all I do is tell the truth.
Treat people fair.
That's all I do is tell the truth.
Sometimes I'm right, and he won't listen to me, like yesterday.
Yeah, well, that's another story for another day.
Yeah, that's a child support issue.
Yeah, the thing of it is that I'm cleared of all charges, which is
thanks to me. You spoke up for you.
Yes, she did.
Since I was a plaintiff.
Yeah, she was a plaintiff, and so she got to speak up on my behalf. So that's a good thing. What are your aspirations for the future? Anything?
Oh, hopefully we'll get rid of Obama, and if we're lucky, you get.
So she was the plaintiff, and she got to speak up for him. She got to help him out.
Well, what year was this? Was this 2010 or like?
This would be the pre Kelly, this is when Camelot was just getting off its ground here.
Oh, this was pre-Kelly, or was this post-Kelly? Was she there already for the Kelly check?
Yeah, she was.
She was already there?
Yep.
Man, this has been 10 years ago. I mean,
yeah.
Good Lord. We're talking about throwback shit here.
Mm-hmm.
And there's people in this chat that go back further than that.
Oh, yeah.
That's crazy.
That's some real history here, folks.
Man.
I get to be president,
And hopefully a lot of things are changing the right ways, And
if I have anything
stop
to say
this
about
stupid
it,
U.S. currency stuff that's going on.
yeah. Well,
We don't need to change it. Everything's fine the way it is.
Well, now, how does the economy affect you as a 21-year-old? Does it affect you a lot?
Yes, it does. Especially the oil spill. Like, I wanted to take us, to the beach.
Right.
Back in my home, state and everything.
Mhm.
Now I can't even do that because people are getting sick now.
Yeah, they're actually spitting up blood now.
Yeah, and everything. Everybody's been dying left and right.
That's not cool.
Mm-mm.
That ain't cool, man. Man,
So
that's a heavy kid.
So I'm glad I got out of there when I did.
Yeah, you did.
Fucking goat.
I mean, who
Even though, I'm missing my family and everything. That's normal, but I'm happy, up here.
Yeah. Well, I'm glad you like it up here. I told you would. I told you it was beautiful scenery up here, didn't I?
I've always wanted to live in the mountains. It's so beautiful.
It's beautiful. See, when I say get out in the mountains, I don't say that to be rhetorical.
Yeah.
I say it because I actually did it.
Mm-hmm.
I actually got out into the mountains, and that's what you need to do too.
And there's mountains right there, and mountains everywhere.
I like how Vaughn used to always go on like it was his choice to move to the mountains, right? I did it. You guys all talk about it. I did it.
Get away from it all.
Yeah. Come on up here. You'll be safe, darling.
I saw somebody in the chat say this was right around the time of the agency.
Yeah,
and it's funny because I heard him say, what are we going to do if the aliens hover over town? And I thought, wait a minute, is he talking about what I think he's talking about?
That's around this time. Actually, that's a good little segue into that because we talk a lot about the Kelly stuff and whatnot, but the agency in its day was a pretty prolific prolific gag.
Yeah, it was fun too. It was relatively, harmless gag, and I didn't have a damn thing to do with it until it popped off,
Right.
I do remember you made a video about it. I don't know if you've played that or they've seen that,
But I got some raw footage, not from my video. We'll get into that. We'll get into the behind the scenes. Let's just play a little bit here and just a sec. And give everyone a little bit of context here.
All right, folks. It would appear I've been drafted. In the military, we're told never to volunteer for anything, but it appears that I've been drafted by the agency. Anyway, let's go to update number 5, which is one about yours truly, your homo correspondent. Okay, update from the agency number 5, posted by the agency on October 18, 2010 at 9:01 a.m. Clarification. Chicago, November 15th, give or take 24 hours, is still on. We wish to direct the world attention to Chicago. However, we also wish to establish credibility with you by decloaking our vehicle where and when you specify. We're still waiting for you to decide on a person who will set the time and place. We saw a video by Von Helton. We like his video. We request that Von Helton also chooses a time and place for after October, i.e. November. Our reasoning behind deciding on Von Helton is because it is obvious by his internet history that he is not part of or in cahoots with the establishment. See to it that Von Helton gets this message. For Von Helton, we will send out a small drone. You now have 3 tokens. How will you say there is no agency after these events? Additionally, point your cameras to the sky in Munich on October 20th. We will be passing through. Time is short. We need to speed things up a little. If you are to heed our advice, this is our last message until November.
Oh, Lord.
Okay. Look, since y'all drafted me, you know, I have questions and I have conditions. And I will address them in order. I will address the questions first.
All right, so just before he goes in this, let's give people a little bit of backstory because I can't at this point when he starts laying out the conditions is because I think this is at the point I made a video addressing him about this.
Yeah.
But I'll let you kind of talk. Now, the agency itself was a gag that had nothing to do with Von Helton in the beginning. It was something that some other people did, and it was kind of like spread like wildfire through the conspiracy forums.
Yeah, yeah. It was like kind of like QAnon is now, but for like aliens and shit, right? But I think what happened was maybe this was before they had these forums that had trip codes or whatever, but I think the agency got hijacked somewhere along the way, you know, and started targeting Von Helton just because that was the lulziest thing that took the bait. If I'm not mistaken, that's pretty much how I remember it going. And from there, we were getting blog TV show updates where he would do a blog show about like the latest agency, you know, drop or post, whatever you want to call it. So it was interesting. Like I said, you jumped in and made a video and so yeah, that's a little bit of the backstory. And like I said, I didn't have anything to do with it up until this point.
Right.
So we'll get into that.
Well, he started talking basically for people that if they're kind of losing what's going on, these messages start getting put out on these forums like Above Top Secret and all these conspiracy websites. So it wasn't like YouTube videos or someone phoning him. They just kind of knew where he was reading this shit at the time, right?
Right.
So they were leaving these threads for him. Now, anyone with a brain, right, knew that someone was fucking with Von Helton. So of course I jumped on the train and voted and bet him. I said I would pay him $1,000 if he could get these aliens on camera, right? And I laid out these conditions of paying him, and then he comes out with this video laying all these conditions down, right? Now, you guys, I'll play a bit more of this video because I know you got a little bit more intimate with the whole gag as time went on. So let me play a little bit more, and then I'll let you jump in and give us a little more backstory. So at this point, I had already made a video. I had caught on someone's fucking with him, and I had made a video, and I bet him $1,000 with a certain set of conditions. Now he's put out this video with his conditions for the aliens. So let's keep watching.
First of all, are you the real-life incarnation of Nick Fury's SHIELD agency? I mean, you do call yourself the agency, so I must ask, are you the real-life incarnation of SHIELD? It kind of stands to reason as I am the real-life incarnation of Frank Castle, a.k.a. the Punisher. Therefore, as fiction becomes reality, particularly with the veil being dropped and all this, all the multiverse and all of this that's going on.
It's all real.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. 100%. Of course, with everything that's going on, right?
That's what I'm saying.
It only makes sense.
What did he say? What did he say as imagination becomes reality? Or what did he say?
As yesterday's fiction becomes tomorrow's reality.
Jesus Christ. We're there, man.
It only makes sense that if I exist, maybe SHIELD exists as well. So
exactly.
That's my question I'm asking. Are you the real-life incarnation of Nick Fury's SHIELD agency?
Unfortunately.
You call yourself the agency.
Yeah.
Okay. Number two, if you are not Nick Fury's SHIELD agency, or another branch of the secret government.
I just want to point out to people, too, that there is, in fact, a computer buried in that junk behind him. You can see those screens change once in a while. That pile of mess.
I thought it was a window fan.
No, I think the monitors are changed. There is a computer in there, folks.
There's a lampshade. All right, we're not playing this game. Hit the tape. Play the tape.
Or the black.
Play the fucking tape.
Or what have you. Are you human? If you're not human, are you extraterrestrial?
Quantum
if
computer,
you're extraterrestrial, I would appreciate it if you were not reptilian, insectoid, or gray. Now, also, too, I would like to say up front that any type of meeting, I will be armed. If you have a problem with me being armed, we will not have a meeting. It's just that simple. Okay, because I feel it is within my right to defend myself and protect myself and those around me. Okay, that should be simple to understand. Okay, however, I am not threatening. I will not harm you in any way, but I will
That's a fact.
request that I have weapons to defend myself should things go horribly awry.
Yeah, because Von Helton would never like overreact with a gun with a firearm irresponsibly, right?
Yeah.
He wouldn't lose his temper and bad shit would happen, right?
They'd just pull it out and open his back door for you or something.
Yeah.
You didn't even do that.
Come on down, fucker.
I'm cool and collected. Come on down, aliens.
Number 3, I guess it is. I am rather incensed about the dots in the sky. Okay, dots in the sky might be fine for you, but for us, it could be a balloon, it could be a toy, it could be anything.
Now, this is interesting because I believe in the video, the agency, it's a bet that I made to Von Helton. I stipulated that it couldn't be some blurry dot in the sky. It had to be a clear photo with these like certain stipulations or video. And he pretty much spills them out verbatim. He's going for that $1,000.
It's a dot in the sky. Okay, you get what I'm saying? It's a dot in the sky. That could be anything. Okay, enough with the dots in the sky. Okay, if you really want to show us that you are who you say you are, we want your ship to be at treetop level, okay, or rooftop level. Okay, none of this dot in the sky stuff. Okay, that's not going to work. And as you know, other agencies in Malaysia have already shown their craft at treetop level. Okay, so I'm not asking you anything that other agencies have not already done. Okay, that is fair. So if other agencies can do it, I don't see why you can't. You know, just saying. So I want a base ship over Lexington, Kentucky. Let's see, what date and time? November the 15th.
Can't you? I mean,
at 9.
You would think, he'd just be like, hey, here's a date range, aliens. I mean, I know you've traveled light years. Maybe check your schedule and see if you have these dates open. I mean, he just gave him a straight up ultimatum. That's pretty egotistical, if you ask me.
And it's just weird because I believe at that time, November 15th was the Thursday I said I wanted him to do this by to get his $1,000.
I mean, this is first contact. Gee, work with them a little bit. Be a little flexible on the calendar.
Hey, $1,000 is $1,000.
O'clock in the morning, Lexington time. Our time, Eastern Standard Time, we call it. Eastern Standard Time, November the 15th, a base ship. And by base ship, I mean huge. Big, massive, okay, humongous. Over Lexington, Kentucky, November the 15th at 9 o'clock in the morning, let's say. Let's make it 9 o'clock in the morning. 9 o'clock in the morning, Lexington, Kentucky, November the 15th. Leave it up for, 10 minutes, let's say. 10 minutes. That sounds good to me. And I mean big, a big ship, okay? A big ship. Not no little dots, okay? We're done with the dots, okay? Treetop or rooftop level, Lexington, Kentucky, November the 15th at 9 a.m., 9 in the morning, Eastern Standard Time, the time it is in Kentucky, okay?
So that was Von Helton and the agency. Now, I'll let you take it from here, Kenny, because I know there's a little more to the story. I know that there's a little more intimate and interactive, so to speak.
Yeah, so the dance between the agency or the blog spot guys that were doing this kind of continued for a while. And, the blog TV days, maybe somebody out there, if you're listening, if anybody has any of the Von Helton recordings from blog TV from the agency days, that was money. Because what ended up happening is somebody, I guess, took control of the gag some kind of way, right? And I ended up getting dragged into a Skype call with basically a bunch of people I don't know. It was like one or two people there that I knew. And everybody was watching Vaughn's blog TV, and he was talking about the agency and all this stuff. And I guess they'd set it up where he was supposed to get a phone call or something, right? But they had his phone number. And back then, having Vaughn's phone number was like, it was like it didn't happen before, right? So, they had his phone number. And I get drug into this call. They're trying to figure out what to do and how to do it. So I had an app on my phone. It was like a prank call app. And it allowed me to disguise my phone number where I could make it like, 777-777-7777 or whatever, or all sixes or whatever I wanted. So, and it would also allow me to change my voice. So I could change it to like a really high pitched or to like an Optimus Prime sort of demon voice type shit, right?
Right.
So we called him, and I called him on the app, and with the all sevens or whatever, we gave him like a code word because we knew, I guess the number was out there or whatever, and a bunch of people were trying to snatch this gag. So we just tried to lock it in like you're going to have the CIA has infiltrated this. You have FBI, CIA agents in your blog TV room right now. So the code word is intergalactic. If anybody calls you or anybody approaches you and they don't have that code word, they're an agent, and they just hung up, and he just hung up, and we're watching his live reaction in blog TV. Right. So then we start coming up with stuff we want him to do. So one of the things we did was, there was this guy in the chat that I always fucked with. Like I ain't gonna say his name. We were cool, but we always fucked with each other. Right. And, I called Vaughn with the disguised voice, and this time the number was like all ones or something. And I was like, this user in your blog TV is a federal agent. You need to ban him immediately. And then intergalactic hung up, with the disguised voice. And sure enough, he just kicks the dude out of the room. And, before the call was over, I guess maybe other people had downloaded the app or whatever, and I gave up the code word is what I did, because I would call them, but the people on Skype couldn't hear me talking to Vaughn, so only me and Vaughn had the code word for a while. But I gave up the code word, gave the gag back to them coming after me, right? So, and then it ended up at some point he was like checking his closet for fucking aliens or like
the one guy gets up and opens his door and he's looking out in the yard waiting for aliens and
yeah. So shortly after that, we sent him like a video that had coordinates in it and everything, hoping he would take the bait. It was about the alien flyover, and he kept reiterating after that on his blog TV, fucking treetop level, right? So the gag died shortly after that epic night in blog TV when the intergalactic agency came and took it over. Now there was other code names people came up with after that. Everybody, the code word kept changing because other people were trying to take control of the gag. So, and I think that's part of what gave it away, right? But
right.
a good prank like that doesn't last forever. So
I was mentioning, like we were talking about it one time, and I mentioned, and I know I probably have footage of it somewhere. I just have to go through everything. But not long after that, he fell for it again because someone did it with the secret Russian scientists or whatever in Antarctica, feeding him information. He was doing like news bulletins on fucking alien ships found in the ice and all this fucking shit. But
once Vaughn fell for a couple gags, it was open season. Everybody was trying to send him like alien videos, and it was crazy, man. There's a lot of people out there had pranks on him too, I'm sure, but we had some pretty fun ones. That was really my intro into doing anything Von Helton related, was really the agency and that epic Skype call that night, with the
well, moving on to other legendary pranks and gags. One that just a few months ago was actually picked up by the drunken peasants who played was the infamous RT Russian news.
Oh, did they play that really?
Yeah, they actually did. They picked that up. Now I got a clip here. I got the full thing somewhere. This is more just kind of the last half of it.
I got you.
So for some context, Von Helton actually believes that RT News wants to do an interview with him. Is actually interested in what he's got to say. And This is one of those
Tucker
things.
Smithy.
I'm just going to stop for a sec. And this is one of those things, folks, because I'm hoping people that are new to the game, they're picking up some tips. Because one of the things, and we've talked about many times, it's the long game, usually, right, when you're working these things. But out of that, you get these random moments, right? You never know. It's like an oopsie ball. You never know where the shit. And sometimes you just grab onto it and go with it, right? So what was kind of this was just kind of a brainstorm idea that just kind of came out of the blue, wasn't it?
We were just hanging out, talking on Skype, and somebody was like, "Man, what's Bond doing?" And they cut on his little Bond TV or Blog TV, whatever it was at the time, and I know it was something going on with Russia at the time. Obviously, either somebody was trying to pull a gag as a Russian, or something was going on that gave us the Russia Today idea. But he took the bait. He was like, "Oh, Russia Today wants to interview me," and that's so we just Chuck Nelson, Tucker Smithy, and Vladimir David Schlockenloff or whatever, depending which one you were talking here.
Which one you're going with, yeah. Well, let's watch a little bit of this. And when producer David comes in, is where it all kind of falls apart. Vaughn gets a clue, but
he does.
All right, let's listen to Tucker Smithy and Chuck Nelson.
I can interject for just a moment here. The focus of our story is basically something we've noticed on the internet where people are or some would call it subversive material. Other people call it patriot material, such as the libertarians. They're starting to get bullied off the internet, and we wanted to see what your take is on this, because we've done a little bit of research, and it seems that you have a little bit of trouble getting your message out at times.
Well, I do indeed. I've had people that tried to get me killed, tried to get my wife killed, tried to get my wife institutionalized. They did, unfortunately, successfully manage to get my kids taken away from me, but I'm not guilty of anything, so I got my kids back. But unfortunately, it took 5 court cases to get that accomplished.
Now, keep in mind here, folks, Von Helton actually believes at this point that he's doing a news interview, and he's talking.
But trolls and haters on the internet are a bad thing. They're as far as I'm concerned, they're domestic terrorists.
What I wanted to talk to you about tonight, Mr. Helton, is the fact that it seems to be a running trend. It's not just with you. It seems to be a running trend that people that are coming out speaking negatively about the things that are going on in America today are having a hard time with bullies, and we're trying to see if there's some kind of correlation here.
Well, there is. The government admitted. The government has admitted. I mean, this was mainstream news where the government admitted that they were actually paying people to troll patriots on the internet.
If you could go in for just a moment and describe what is a troll exactly?
Well, trolls and haters and naysayers are 3 different categories. A troll is typically somebody that harasses you on the internet. Okay, they will mock you. They will say you're a liar. They'll call you all kinds of names. But a troll typically leaves it on the internet. That's where it stays. Like I said, they'll badmouth you, they'll slander you, whatever. But it stays on the internet. Trolls will stay on the internet. Naysayers are even less than that. Well, let me back it up. Let me start with the naysayer first. A naysayer is somebody that basically denounces pretty much everything you say. They're like a negative form of groupie. Okay, they follow behind you and they say, oh well, he's wrong about this, he's wrong about that, blah 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 blah. That's a naysayer. Naysayers though are typically pretty harmless. But then you have trolls. Trolls go behind you and they harass you, they mock you, slander you, they get you in trouble, but they pretty much limit themselves to the internet. But then you have the group known as haters. Haters are the worst. The haters will actually bring it into the real world. They will.
You know what? This is espionage right here.
Physical harm, either themselves or they'll try to get somebody else to do it. Haters will try to get you in trouble.
I forgot it. I'm sorry. I have to interrupt. This is Vladimir David fucking Schnockenbach. I don't. I'm not sure if we should actually go into details of physical harassment here on the program. What we were trying to investigate was your opinion on trolling in general here on
literally holding his nose.
The internet.
Your name was what?
David von Flockenbach.
There's the name's totally changed. Oh man, if that was real, that would have been espionage.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. So what do you say to your critics who claim you are not?
It's at that point the light bulb goes off in Von Helton's head that maybe this isn't really Russia today.
Just maybe I've been had. Just maybe.
To vampire.
Yeah, no, I thought this was a fucking joke. All right, have a nice day, guys. You're all banned, by the way. Have a
You're all banned.
All right. Kill it. Now, see, if that would have been real, Bond would have been guilty of espionage. He was literally turning over, American secrets to the Russians right there.
Yep.
So shame on him for even going that route.
Don't come to my channel again! You will be banned! Do you understand me?
What the fuck is that?
That's a sad emo. That's a story for another day.
Oh my God, that scared me. I looked around, I grabbed my pistol. I was like, somebody here? What the fuck was that?
We need more information.
Yeah, that's the end of that. But that was fun. That was just a random thing. I really didn't.
You had to fucking do it, didn't you, Vince? You fucking had to do it.
Totally
I was gonna reel him in.
Yeah, man.
Totally,
I couldn't
totally
sit there and
owned.
listen to him talk about goddamn Egypt anymore. That was
Totally fucking owned.
All right. But yeah, that was just a random night, and we had a lot of stuff like that we do, but we didn't record or anything,
Right.
That was just one of those times that we actually recorded it. But
Well, here, I'm going to end this video off because this is Vaughn right after he goes back on Vaughn TV all butthurt with his tail between his legs.
Cut it up a little bit.
By the way, guys, I saved the Skype call, and I will be contacting RT News and telling them that there's people on Skype that are trying to impersonate.
Here we go. We're going to jail.
I don't think RT is going to take too kindly to a bunch of assholes on Skype.
He's mad as fuck.
we got him to explain the trolls, haters, and naysayers to the trolls, haters, and naysayers. It's crazy.
Iconic. No, that was a good one for sure.
I didn't know that the Drunken Peasants played that. That's pretty funny.
Yeah, they played the whole thing there a few months ago.
Huh.
Oh, but geez, there were some wild times. You never knew what was going to happen.
Oh yeah, man. That was that was a fun one though. We always got him with some little harmless prank for the most part,
Now, we'll get back to the Von Helton thing here in a second because, like I said, I got more video footage that we could possibly cover tonight. But just to kind of bring you up to speed on some other stuff, a little change of pace, a little breaky break here. But don't go away, folks, because we got more. I saved the best for last, that's for sure. But just to bring you up to date with a couple things. Of course, rest in peace, Nick Bravo. Apparently, his channel has been shut down. The cycle of Corky is complete. He has now officially shut down his channel, Nick Bravo. He'll be back, I'm sure. But this is on the heels of, I guess, Emo Crying Wolf. He did his very last stream, apparently forever. So we're losing lulz cows left, right, and center here, folks.
I vaguely remember the Howling Wolf guy. I know he was in Von Helton hangouts, and I think he got into it with Von one time. I mean, he had a bunch of side characters at one point. It was like the Spellbinder and crew, which R.I.P. Spellbinder, got love for Spellbinder for real. So he was like the troll, hater, and naysayer mascot, Well,
I'm going to back up a few months here ago because I know you don't follow some of these people, and typically I don't either, but there were some some highlights. So I'm sure you've heard me mention Rev and Shanny. Are you aware of this power duo?
I am not. Rev, like R-E-V?
Yeah, his handle was Rev News, whatever. Anyways, he was from, remember the Nadias Hangout? And by the way, the term Weirdo Wonderland I actually stole from Kenny because I remember one night we were in a Skype call and I was explaining to you the Nadia Yvette Chambers hangouts.
Oh yeah, that's right.
And you decide to go in one night, and you're like, "What the fuck kind of weirdo wonderland is this?" It's just like I gotta steal that.
Yeah, I remember that. Yeah,
But anyways,
because it was. I mean,
you know,
I mean, that whole show was like totally foreign to me. All those characters, you know, I was what the fuck stumbled into here, man.
So long story short, without getting into the whole back of everything, getting too backed up here, Rev News Network was a guy that used to hang out there, right? He kind of reminded me of Skippy from Family Ties, right? So picture that kind of guy, only an alcoholic, right? And then you got this chick that's about 450 pounds that got warts on her face named Shanny for Christ, right? So through this weird series of events, and G-Man's in the mix there too, Rev and Shanny end up hooking up, okay? Now, he's on some kind of inheritance because his mom died and stuff, which is his own business, whatever, right? So they don't work. They don't have anything, but they have money and stuff, but they just spend it and do just ridiculous. Individually, they're boring, but put them together, it's just fucking craziness, right? So about a month or two ago, these self-professed, Christians decided to get into internet pornography for Jesus. I don't know. You figure it out. I don't know.
Whoa.
But anyway, so they were doing this OnlyFans stuff. It was going so well that at the end,
hold on. Now, I've been gone for a while.
Right.
You can't just just gloss over some shit like that. I went back up a minute if it's okay.
Hey.
I don't know if we got a time limit here, but did you say they're doing porn for Jesus?
Shanny for Christ went under her name, Shanny for Christ, and opened up a porn site, but like this OnlyFans where you fucking subscribe to watch their fucking raunchy videos, right?
Right.
Which I'm not going to show on here for obvious reasons. But
thank God. Thank you. No pun intended.
But the point I'm getting to, Twitter went ablaze when Rev got in the picture, literally. And there was many critiques of his performance. And let's just leave it. Listen, I'm not here to knock another guy or nothing.
Now, does Rev stand for Reverend? Is that what
it's like Reverend. Yeah, he's an Alex Jones, end of the world / conspiracy.
Now, did they intentionally release this porn?
Yeah, well, they were trying to sell it, right? And at the end, they actually had it as, this is how bad it was. It was reduced bargain bin porn for $6.
I mean, that's got to be a very niche market to go into. Jesus porn?
Well,
I mean, there's some niche markets out there, but if you gotta think about it, if you think about saying, yeah, I'm gonna get into porn, let's do some Jesus porn. Like that's
it's kind of a weird thing, and I think another niche market is there would be a morbid obsession. Like there's feeders out there, that's what they call them, right? That would be because Shanny is like a 550-pound woman, right?
Yeah.
And so there's that angle as well. But let's just say on Twitter, the hashtag baby carrot dick went around, and it was so traumatic to Rev that he felt that the need to make videos to clear up the whole situation about his baby.
I can imagine. I mean, just hearing about it is traumatic for me.
So here's the first video.
Imagine being in there.
Today's a wonderful day. Every day's a beautiful day. Oh my God, it's amazing. I love it.
And just so you know, Shanny, they each have their own accounts, right, where they make videos. But when Jason makes a video, he often makes them in the bathroom. We're convinced that's his last
And so this is Jason here.
Yeah, so this is his last this is the only place in the house where he gets fucking a few minutes, right? So he's always making videos on top of the toilet, but then inevitably she'll be at the doorway instructing the video. So you'll hear her from the sidelines participating in the video as well. But here he's desperate to correct the record of the baby carrot dick.
Yeah. Can I say that my first week as a sex worker has been extremely eventful, and I love it. But there's an issue with the haters, okay? So Twitter has been on fire about my dick size. And this one idiot frog avatared moron said that I had a baby carrot for a dick.
If it's a frog avatar, he's got big problems.
Literally, I've ever heard. Okay. Yeah. The average penis size in the world is 4.6 to 6 inches. That's the margin. That's a lot bigger than
man.
8-inch bagel, that's my type. Right? That's a cool song.
Yeah, I'm not really sure what big old 8 inches, that's my type. I don't know. But he is looking more and more like
Is this recent? Is
It was a few months ago, a few months back. But
I'm on a whole different side of the internet nowadays.
yeah.
The point is that I do not have a baby carrot for a dick. I don't. Do I, honey? It's not a baby carrot. No. It's an average size.
Now, there's a caveat coming up, and when your woman says this next thing, you got to worry.
Penis. I'm Eastern European, and they tend to have average dick size. That margin. So the haters can say I have a baby dick, but I prove to you I don't.
And it doesn't matter even if you had a baby dick.
When your woman starts throwing those caveats in.
Even if it was, what are you worried about?
I love you anyways.
Oh my God.
Now,
All
remember, this is a woman that's got a good, what would you say, people, a good 5.5 inch of fucking material that you would have to get past just to reach the good spot, right?
Oh, okay. All right. Bring
Like
the thunder.
We're talking fucking, okay.
Because you eat pussy.
Yeah, but still, I don't.
It's okay because you eat pussy. Don't worry about it. She's basically saying he's got a baby carrot dick. I'm just saying.
This is tragic.
This is tragic.
Being a fact that I have a baby dick, because I don't. People will make it a fact that I have a baby dick. And it's not true, right? I don't have a baby dick. I have an average dick. Okay? I'm not 8, I'm not 10, I'm not 12. I'm about 5 3/4. 5 3/4 inches is the measurement I always get. Either that or 6. So I'm on the high spectrum of average. Okay? And my wife said a very intelligent quote on Twitter. Here's her quote. Not verbatim, but pretty close. You guys are watching too much porn.
Ironically, coming from people trying to sell porn. Now, I'm going to stop it there.
Yes. Stop it there.
Well, Kenny, I've had to endure it. You have to too.
Okay.
It actually
Where are you finding these?
It actually gets better.
Oh God.
Because if I could find it here, he actually goes a step farther and decides on Twitter he's going to prove to people that he does not have a baby carrot.
All you people in the chat, are you people aware of this shit too? Or am I the only new
All right,
motherfucker here?
so here's the deal. I'm on Twitter and I see this froggy avatar person, whatever, saying that my dick is a baby carrot. Okay, you have a dick pic for me now on your OnlyFans. You're seeing me on OnlyFans. Thank you for subscribing. Here's the thing. Folks, a baby carrot is about that big, okay? I'm flaccid completely. That is bigger than a fucking baby carrot.
Yes,
And
it is.
That's flaccid. You see, I got flop. It flops.
This is
Yeah, I
disturbing.
can do that thing, sort of. I'm not like an Arab where they're like, oh, and it's like a fucking, I can't do that, but I can do that. Okay? That's not a baby carrot.
Well,
Fuck you, Twitter.
fuck you, Twitter. All
There
right.
you go, folks. Yeah. There's floppage. There's slack.
Yeah, this is all new shit here. This is. Is this what the kids are doing now?
I guess this is what the kids are doing out on the street. So their porn career didn't last very long, unfortunately.
You don't
They
say.
only got about 2 subscribers, one of which
Well, I
was
told you that's a niche. That's a niche market. I mean, if you're Jesus porn, but carrots. I mean, it just, a lot of people don't like carrots. Period. Yeah, some people don't like Jesus.
That's true.
So I don't know. I mean, that's
true. And of course, as I said, Nick Bravo had made a return. I don't know if you caught on my channel. I had him actually confront his trolls for the first time in 10 or 15 years.
Somebody told me he made a video about me or something like a couple weeks ago, a few weeks ago or something.
I'm not sure if he mentioned. Yeah, I'm sure he threw the name out there. This is a video of his just coming up to when he came on my show and met some of his trolls, just to give you a little taste of the kind of content that Nick was putting out. This is one of his tamer videos. One of my favorites. There's always silence at the beginning. Build intensity.
He looks serious.
motherfuckers.
You look like he's about to try to sell me some shit.
He's about to steal your house.
Here,
Sell me some shit I don't need.
we're going to talk about Punchy Sinichu again. How long has Punchy Sinichu been fucking following me? How long? 2009? 10 years at least. 10 years at least. Let's talk about this little motherfucker. Let's talk about this little motherfucker. He's number fucking 3 on my hit list. Number fucking 3
Wait a
on my
minute.
hit
Time
list.
out. You got to be able to hit the button quick on this. All right. Number 1, I like this guy. I remember this guy. I mean, he's a piece of shit, right? But I like the guy. He's got spunk. He's got some fire. You know.
Oh, yeah.
He's ready to fight back. Where is he now?
Well, he quit. He quit the internet.
Oh.
Just this week, closed down his account. But he'll be back. He does this. This is a cycle of Corky, right? He'll put out a video like this. Then he'll put out what he thinks is a funny video. Then he'll put out a video crying how everyone thinks he's a retard and he's going to quit and jump off a bridge. And then he goes back to this video. So it's a cycle. He'll be back mad.
Well, you know what?
Mm-hmm.
It's okay to be mad, and it's okay to take a break.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, we are living in some epic times. I mean, just look at how you got the video paused right here. I mean, he's snarling. He's like a little baby bear, you know. He's really just fucking, you know. He's got that fire, but then maybe he sets his goals too high, and he gets let down. I don't know, but he's got some fire about him. So I like the guy already.
Yeah.
Oh, you don't like it that I make death threats? You don't like it that I make hit lists? Motherfucker, if there's no jury on earth would convict me. 10 fucking years? 15 fucking years? I show all this shit to somebody who I know, and they're like, they can't fucking, it boggles their mind that I have been doing this for fucking 5 years. 5 years, Nick. 5 years. We can't have somebody harassing you, trolls going after you for fucking 5 years, much less 10 fucking years, much less 15 years. No, Punchy thinks he's safe because he's on the other side of the earth, across the ocean or whatever. He thinks he's safe because he uses VPNs to hide his fucking location. Fucking hide like a fucking goddamn little bitch.
Ooh.
Bitch.
It's on fire.
Bitch. Maybe I should be like Tim Maris and attack him from behind. No, I'll fucking be fucking toe-to-toe, eye-to-eye with the goddamn little cocksucker, and I'll knock his fucking teeth out. Stupid little fucking bitch. So goddamn angry right now. I'm gonna show you something. I'm gonna read some things off first. I'm gonna
Now, there's a little context for you, Kenny, too. As he's doing this, he's getting calls from Craigslist because apparently a bunch of them had gotten his number and put a Craigslist ad for free computers.
Oh no!
So he's pissed off right now because he's been getting calls all afternoon from people looking for free computers.
Oh, that's fucked up.
So
fucking where's the goddamn fucking close this goddamn fucking window. This shit is just fucking aggravating. I want to read some of this shit off, okay? Let's look at somebody, you know, for helping people, right? Okay? If somebody has a problem, their needs aren't being met, okay? What are Punchy's needs? What are Punchy Sinichu's needs? His needs include being an asshole. He's got that fucking pretty figured out. Then for Nick Bravo, who can't fucking get to him. Yeah, that too. And I don't want to sit there and hear these people, oh, they're so afraid of the death threats and they think I'm a threat to myself and others. And I'm so scared. No, motherfucker. If they were scared of me, they wouldn't bother me. I've seen plenty of people on YouTube, and I'm like, yeah, they're scary motherfuckers, and I want nothing to do with them. I don't even comment on their videos because they're scary people.
This guy should just embrace this.
I know.
It's hilarious.
That's what he's been told. He just
all he's got to do. See, that's the thing that sometimes it takes people a long time to realize, and sometimes they never realize it, and their brain turns to mush. But you're better off just being you. You'll go further. You know, like just be you, man. Because that shit is actually funny. Now I get that you're mad. I don't know if he's listening. I'm just assuming he's listening. All right.
Hmm.
I get that you're mad, but it's okay to be mad because sometimes mad is right. Right.
Mhm.
You know, if that's what you're good at, because this is funny. I would watch this. You know, I don't want to see this guy read me a fucking book. You know, his voice, it just is like, yeah, I'm sorry, it's not going to be his thing. He's not going to do commercials.
Right.
But there's some people that'll watch him on some rant or, you know, love and hip hop or some fucking shit. Who knows? You know.
You never know. I'm just gonna play a minute or two of this while I freshen my drink here.
Like a bitch. Let's talk about other bitches that are hiding. Okay? Let's talk about other bitches. Michael Wetzel, under the name Sherlock Holmes. He's a bitch. All My Mirrors, a bitch. Sherry 226, a bitch. Salami Nugget, bitch. Happy Jesus 123, bitch. Fucking bitches. Let's read this for a second, okay? Who has the problem? Let's look at who has the problem, okay? First of all, you will know who is responsible for solving the problem. Who's responsible for solving the problem? Punchy says, I have problems. Punchy is diagnosing me, so are these other assholes. All these other assholes, they're like, we're diagnosing Kirky as a retard. First of all, that's not my goddamn name. It's a slang term for the word retard. I'm not retarded. If I am retarded, then why do I have people hurting me? Huh, you can't have it both ways, you stupid little motherfuckers. You don't get to say on one hand, he's a retard who has mental issues and emotional problems and blah, 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 living in government housing. He's a retard. And then saying, oh, and by the way, he deserves to be treated like shit for fucking 15 years. You don't get to have it both ways. Oh, he's mentally retarded and a loser and can't fucking figure out how to take a shower and clean himself, but he can magically commit real estate fraud that's very complex. Oh, it's like cognitive dissonance. Oh, if hurt Nick and accuse him of a crime, then magically he's capable of it. Magically.
He's like performance art for him.
Shit. I'll show you some magic. Give me your fucking addresses. I'll fucking magically appear in front of you and knock your goddamn teeth out.
Whoa.
I'm not afraid of a goddamn one of you.
No, boy, no.
Goddamn one of you. You need me isolated. You need me silenced. You need me unarmed. You need all of this before you're even willing to fucking speak.
Hey, Rolo, I'm getting scared.
You're gonna sit there and you're gonna claim that you're fucking superior.
So he goes on in this clip for about 2 hours.
Jesus. Can you play it for a second to get his face not looking like that? Can you find another fucking place to stop it?
I got another side. Let's look at it just quickly.
It looks like he will eat your face.
Well, he may.
Oh, that's
this is Corky on booze.
Goddamn one.
Oh, he's a pirate now. I like it. Arr, he needs the eye patch.
And I see how many fucking 17, 18, 19, 20-year-olds are crying out for sugar daddies. And I'm a good one. I'm a good one. Have you seen the sugar daddy culture?
Oh my God.
I got these goddamn cocksucking bitches. Are you fucking crazy? Are you fucking kidding me? No, here's the reality. Dude, bitches. If you get a fucking 20-year-old, you goddamn fucking bitch, you better goddamn be on bitch.
Dude, what state is this guy
every fucking minute of the goddamn day?
He could easily be a congressman there.
Stupid fuck.
In like 5 years, the way the world's going.
Way too many people. They're fucking twos.
He's got to build a brand.
Threes and fours, and they think they're gonna get a 10.
So apparently, he did try to run for office in some town, but that's right. Have you seen the account Salami Nuggets?
I think I remember that. Yeah.
Well, that was because he got caught stealing salami nuggets, and he got banished from a town.
Oh my God!
Yeah, actually banished.
Man, look at that shot.
So that's
I
what,
mean, if these guys embrace the crazy, they probably make hell of money. Yeah.
now, just before we kind of come back full circle, just speaking of another cow that we're talking a little bit. So, Emo Howling Wolf, aka Justin, and I have had a little falling out. I think I filled you in on some details. He basically flagged my other account.
Mm-hmm.
So YouTube instructs me to try to contact the content owner rather than file a counter and see if they'll, remove the strike, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I've been calling him relentlessly, trying to get him to answer, but he just won't answer the phone for me. So I've been having this issue, Kenny. But YouTube says that's the best course of action, so I've just been following their advice. But apparently, he's been getting a little upset about the phone calls, and this is his last video. This is another cow that's recently said he's shut down forever. We'll see what happens. But this is just a few days ago, a little video he put out to me.
Good morning, afternoon, or evening, whatever the case may be in your part of the world. I am Emo Halliwell, and I am stating this as a plain fact one more fucking time. One more fucking time, piece of shit. I'm explaining this to you one more fucking time, okay? Secular opinion, stop leaving me stupid voicemails. Secular opinion, go fuck yourself. Secular opinion, you're a piece of shit. Secular opinion, you're a fucking pussy because every time you call me, you block your fucking number like a little fucking pussy. Okay?
Jesus.
The reason, and then you say, "Oh, I'm worried about your health. I'm worried about why you're raging on YouTube. I'm raging on YouTube because people shit like you. You understand that? You're a piece of shit today, a piece of shit tomorrow, a piece of shit next week. 10,000 years from now, you would be a piece of shit.
Jesus.
Calling me and crank calling me and leaving me fucking stupid voicemails. I'm not a 2-year-old. You're not my fucking friend. You don't need to be checking up on me. You're not going to send a fucking posse to my house because I'll bash their fucking faces in. Okay? I dare you to come to my fucking house because you won't have your fucking face left. Do you understand me? Stop making the fucking calls. You fucking pussy! You're
Jesus.
a fucking pussy!
I thought he was done.
Well, he's never really done. So there's a lot of hard feelings. I try telling him there's no hard feelings. I'm just checking up on him. When I see him like that, his blood pressure's crazy. This was a message he left me last time.
Because I'll tell you something you don't know about the Emo Halliwell. I took karate lessons. I have a black belt in karate. You want to come to my fucking door and try me? I'll knock you on your fucking ass so fucking fast. You won't even begin to know what happened.
So that's kind of what he did pick up the phone once, though, Kenny. Most of the time he won't pick up the phone, but he did pick up the phone once, and this is the answer I got.
Fuck!
Whoops.
Fuck you! Fuck you and fuck you and fuck you!
That's pretty much what the answer I got when I tried. And so having a civil conversation with him, I think at this point is just gone. But
Jesus,
I don't know. I'm just thinking, but it's in my nature. I care for people. And I think right now, I'm sorry to interrupt the show, folks, but like I said, things in this day and age, especially the way things are out there, you got to make sure people are okay. I'm going to give them a call right now.
Oh, Lord.
The Google subscriber you have called is not available. Please leave a message after the tone.
Hey, Justin, buddy, it's just Secular Opinion here checking in with you. I know it's been a little while since we did a checkup, but I'm starting to get worried about you, bud. I haven't seen you since This Is the End stream. Make sure everything's going good out there. I mean, I don't know what First Amendment auditors do in their spare time other than yell at cops and carry on. But, I just seen how you're doing out there without that YouTube money. Make sure, is it Huggies or Pampers? Or
we love your videos, by the way.
We love the videos there, so we're coming for you. Anyways, just checking in there, bud. Just making sure you're all right. Stiff upper lip. We'll see you around when we see you. Take her easy, bud. So we'll see how he's
checking up on him. Hopefully he's doing well.
It's just the messages I don't see what the big deal is.
You
But
guys seem to have quite a little bit of a love-hate relationship going on.
Well, yeah,
Clearly.
I think the hate's on his half, and
And the love's more than yours. It seems like you just called to try to check up on him. I mean,
That's all I'm doing.
you made what Vaughn would consider like a snide comment, but that's okay. I mean, it's just a little play, right? I mean, like a little fun. It's no big deal. Checking up on the guy.
Now,
me and my friends, we talk shit like that,
Now, listen, over the years, I know, Kenny, besides Von Helton, and we'll get back to that. I know these thirsty fuckers, they want more Von Helton, but we've had quite a cast of characters of our own over the years. And this is a guy I have played a little bit, sparingly, for obvious reasons, but Gabe Riviera.
Oh.
Monk.
Oh, man. He is basically the founder of Black Lives Matter. Before Black Lives Matter was a thing, Gabe was running that fucking show, in my opinion.
Now, listen, I got to put out a disclaimer here for you, because YouTube might shut this down. The opinions expressed in the following video clips are not those that are held by the fucking content.
Fuck no. No, we don't believe this shit. But hey, let me tell you, he went a step further than anybody does as far as trying to save children. But he was a very controversial figure. If I'm not mistaken, he's in jail for like stealing a guitar or something. I don't
Bunch
remember.
of guitars, yeah.
He did something from a dead guy or something. So I mean, it wasn't a great person. Let's just be real. And I stumbled upon the guy. There's another guy out here that had been playing with the guy for a while, and I just stumbled across him, and I think he ended up coming in my hangout because he thought I was this other podcast guy that he was dancing with all the time. So, but he ended up coming in, and he just told us how he felt,
Well, I remember the videos from his town hall meetings, because his like city hall or whatever would post them on YouTube. And I got the one somewhere where he's dressed up like fucking. He's got the turban on and the fake beard and the fucking Israel flags and his fucking turban.
If you can find the Gabe Rivera speaking at the city council fucking meetings, that's some of the funniest shit ever. He goes up there and just lays it all out. And it's crazy. It's fucking crazy. Conspiracy theories and these stories about like the local sheriff planting cocaine on the person. It's like, what?
He's like accusing the local cops of murder and all that.
It's fucking crazy shit, right?
So I'm going to play a little clip here, folks. This is controversial. There's some a lot of N-bombs dropped here.
Yeah, if we get shut down, just know we're still out here.
We're going down in flames, though. This is how we do it, folks.
We're looking at you.
First of all, I'm new to this. So first of all, what the fuck's going on that I'm doing nothing about?
See this little baby right here? She got shot because you're a stupid fuck.
Really? It's not the person who actually shot her?
No, I don't. Person. If you're stupid enough to believe that, you're gonna keep the bullshit up.
Let me tell you something.
Really?
Gabriel.
People aren't responsible for their actions.
I mean, I just speak.
Less than a fucking minute into the conversation, and I get accused of murder.
Yeah, no shit.
Look, wait a minute. Look, Gabe. Listen. Put that down.
There's me holding a sign about it.
This shit is ridiculous.
That makes me less of a racist fuck.
Put it down. Come on, man. Listen to
Niggers killing niggers.
Hold on.
They're all killing niggers, and I'm gonna act like this whole situation and then therefore don't.
Let's take it from the top, Rolo.
You hear me?
Take it from the top. Take it from the top.
All right, listen, here's the fucking thing. This is why you're crazy, motherfucker. Because you're the type of guy that'll sit at 2:14 a.m. in the morning and call the local fucking police department and actually say this garbage to the poor woman who's working dispatch or whatever that happens to answer the phone like it's actually going to make a difference. She's sitting there with a 12-hour shift. Hello, what's your emergency? She's got this crack on the other side fucking going, do you know that the fucking Jews are responsible for killing your babies and that you are working as part of the machine? Come on, man. How the fuck is that accomplishing, man? That poor bitch is like, what is this crazy fucking nuts?
I guess well, Gabe, you're muted. You need to unmute how to mute it. Alright, go ahead and reach up there and unmute your fucking self.
Right, the fucking secretary is a fucking top bitch is a prize. Not one, not two, not three. Female cops to call me. I'm gonna talk about their fucking co-workers that killed themselves. I'm not doing that because it didn't happen. And it's not gonna stop me if you zap my motherfucking phone after you kill another motherfucking nigger baby, and I call all of you and be like, remember when I told you this nigger baby was gonna die? And then you're like, I didn't do it. No, remember I called you and I told you do something now. And you're like, I can't do it. But drugs, security drugs. Mexico, yeah.
That's fucking crazy.
Of you manic depressives.
So that was just a touch of Gabe Riviera and the drug war today.
Yeah, he's a legend. Now, I mean, it gets worse than that if you go look up the Gabe Rivera story. I mean, he is quite the character.
I've got the raw footage of that, which I've played before, and there's a whole lot more N-bombs going on. There's a whole lot more, a little deeper into his philosophy. Let's just put it that way. But yeah.
Yeah, Gabe was out there, man. Gabe, when you were doing the shows, man, and I was doing shows, we would really run into some characters, man. Because it's like you never know who the fuck was watching. There's another one where we had what was that guy's name? He was like, we were fucking trying to get him to touch the ceiling, and he wanted us to come out there and meet him in Kroger parking lot and fight.
Oh, James.
Yeah, James.
I got that trailer kicking around somewhere too. But
I mean, that was like, what the fuck is going on? We got guys pulling out knives and shit, and guns pointing them at the camera.
Some crazy. It's a weirdo wonderland. So, kind of bringing it back, segueing back into the Von Helton stream. This is just kind of a short clip that I found that I posted a little while ago, a few months back. I found in the vaults. I forgot I had. It's just one of those little things, little quirky Von Helton things.
I like messing with the trolls. Absolutely.
That you catch once in a while, right? So this is just him assuring us that the trolls will not have their lulls.
Absolutely. It's a fucking head game. See, they think they're equal with the KGB or some stupid shit. Well, they're not. Okay, they're fucking peons. They're fucking peons. Okay, so yeah, I love fucking with their heads. I'll put on I'll wash the same shirt 5-6 times if necessary, if it'll make them rant the next day about how long Von Helton's wore the same shirt, or how long Von Helton's left that fucking dress hanging on the closet knob there. Von Helton's left that dress back there hanging there for years, and he hasn't put it away yet. What?
It's all part of a plan, Kenny. He's been playing with our minds for years.
Why are you doing that? Why are you doing that? Well, I'm going to let y'all figure that out. Y'all can figure that out. Closest thing I'll come to beer. Right there. You'll be wearing the same shirt for the next 7 days and you ain't going to wash? Well, there you go, Riderback. Do I have a sun allergy? Yes, I do have a sun allergy, Beehive. Gee, how would you know about that? How would you know about that? Are you clairvoyant? Do you have a crystal ball in your hip pocket? What? How did you know that? Motherfucker, let me tell you something, you fucking troll, you fucking terrorist piece of shit. I'm always in control. Whether you believe it or not is up to you. But I am always in control. And you guys placate to me. Because without me being here, you wouldn't have nothing to talk about. You would have no fucking life. Your whole life is wrapped around Von Helton. And if I decide to go away, which I could do at any time, you got no life, motherfucker. Then you're going to have to actually go out and actually do something real in the community. Oh my God, so scary that is. But see, you can sit in your comfortable little chair at home and you can rail on Von Helton and how stupid Von Helton is when actually Von Helton's got you wrapped around his fucking finger. because without Von Helton, you would have no life. You sure as fuck wouldn't have no internet life, because your whole fucking life on the internet is nothing about railing but Von Helton. Okay? So get over it, troll. You're mine. I got your balls in my hand. Okay? And the only way you're going to get your balls back is by deleting all your fucking hate content on YouTube. But you're not going to do that, are you, you dumb fuck? You're not going to free yourself by deleting your content. So as long as you leave your fucking hate shit up on YouTube, I got your balls, motherfucker. I own you. And you better get that shit through your thick little fucking skull right now. Because until you delete all your shit off of YouTube or Delphi or LiveLeak or Ustream or wherever the fuck you got all your hate content about me, unless you delete that shit, I got your balls. I got you. I own you. Because without me, you wouldn't have no fucking internet life. Look at all the fucking hate videos you've made. Look at all the fucking shitty comments you've left about me. I own you. You can't live your life without me. And if I go away, which I could very well easily do, you don't have no life. Period. You don't have a life. You don't have one. It's gone.
And I think you get the idea with that. Now, jumping on another rare moment. This is one that you weren't in, but he had plenty to say about you. This is actually, I think we were just talking about this one. We jumped in with Vaughn one night, and he had it in his head that Mouse was actually, was the word fucking relationship trolling him. Mouse was a troll the whole time.
Oh, yeah, of course.
And that's a little segment that he's dedicated to you here. It always comes back to Kenny for some reason with Vaughn. I don't know.
Just a good scapegoat, man.
Just a good scapegoat. Well, let's see what he's got to say here. This is an old one I haven't watched for a little while, but it says it's labeled simply Kenny's going to jail.
Oh, shit. All right.
And I know the video's kind of fucked up before I get 10 people telling me it's fucked up.
He's going to jail for a long time. Well, it's not just the entrapment. See, there's children involved. Okay? So that's child endangerment. Entrapment and child endangerment together is at least going to be 10 years in jail. At least.
Did she ever like threaten you or like throw stuff at you or like tell you?
Yes.
Yeah, it's like attempted murder.
Of course it is. And that's all I'm saying.
My question is how are you going to get a confession? Because Mouse will definitely not fess up to it.
Doesn't matter.
Sounds like a troll. She's not going to.
Listen. If Mouse lies in a court of law, her ass goes to jail first. Okay? So let her lie in court. That just helps me. She just want to go to jail.
When she heard that time, I could see she could lie to the court too.
Well, and believe me, that will be brought up.
I think it's an open. I think once your attorney gets this man and you show like the methodology, like from the beginning to the end, I think you'll be sitting pretty mad. You may eat, like if this guy has a little bit of money, man.
Fucking surfer troll is the best.
Yeah.
You never know. But now, I'm sure this motherfucker thinks that he can't be found. I'm sure of that shit. Oh, ain't nobody can touch me. But I guarantee you, if the court gets a private investigator to find his ass, they'll find him. They will find him. And if he's been involved in this shit from day fucking one, his ass is going to jail.
You probably can find him if you investigate Mouse.
Like I said, man, entrapment and child endangerment, that's a minimum of 10 years. I'm almost positive that's a minimum of 10 years in jail. And that's just 2 charges. If my lawyer can figure out more charges to tack on, that's more years in jail.
Well, like, I know you want these people punished, man, but I think you should really take into consideration, like, if they have money. Like, maybe Mouse has, like, a lot of money that you don't know about, or, like, maybe this other guy has money. Like, I think, like, because that will hurt them more. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
All right, guys, I'm going to go. My kids is up. But been nice chatting with y'all. Catch y'all later.
take it easy, bro.
Yeah.
But it's those rare moments, just those little ones that are caught. The night that Von Helton was convinced that his ex-wife was a relationship troll. Now, speaking of rare moments, Kenny, just before we get into some some really deep stuff here. You remember one of the brainstorming sessions when we put the Andrea tapes up on eBay?
Yes, I remember that. Yeah.
That was
yeah, we had a couple of places that it was posted, I think, at one point. But yeah, it was on eBay, and I think someone bid on it.
It was getting hits. It was getting hits.
It was so dumb. Like, the Andrea tape just got so outrageous. This is so dumb.
The first time we knew a love could be found that was so true. Oh yeah. Because when I look into her eyes, I can only realize I love my Andrea.
So I just want to pause it here because I'm not going to play the whole video, but this is the little tagline or the little bio that goes with this. By popular demand, hear her side of the story. Listen with white-knuckled anticipation as Andrea Von Helton dishes the dirt, revealing every juicy, candid detail of life inside the dank FEMA trailer her captor forced her to call home. This auction is for the unedited, infamous Andrea Von Helton safe house interview. Over 2 hours of raw footage covering everything from sex, abuse, guns, and skid marks. Folks,
that's poetry. I mean, that's marketing fucking work right there. Wow, whoever wrote that shit, man, was on point.
I can't remember who all did everything, but yeah.
That shit was ridiculous.
I got a little bit of butthurt, that's for sure. But what is the best is the rare instances, because I know for me, myself, over the years, I can probably count on one hand how many times I've actually been in a direct conversation with Von Helton, right?
Yes, yeah.
And I think likewise, Kenny, it's been a very rare event that you two have been in the same room at the same time.
Well, the thing about it is, I've spoken to Von Helton quite a few times, actually. He just never knew it was me.
Right.
That was always the beauty of me and Von Helton, is he always wanted to talk to me and was trying to sort of get after me. But he'd already talked to me half a dozen times.
Right.
He'd just keep accusing me of being someone else, and I'd be just, disguising my voice or something. So,
well, probably one of the more famous, I would say, or infamous confrontations or one-on-ones, probably the hangout that I had that gets the most repeat views, repeat uploads by other people. There's like sections of it out under different titles, but it was originally from a Dragon's Den called Even God Trolls Von Helton. And it's always one of my go-tos. I like to go to this one. And I believe this is the one where we confront him about making Mouse sleep out in the car.
Oh, yeah.
And he tries to put a bet. So this is... Let me just stop this.
And we are...
So this is on the heels. This is after we did the Andrea eBay. The tapes are out there. There's been little clips. He's frothing at the mouth to hear this 2-hour fucking interview, right? So he's actually willing to sit in a hangout with us for hours, begging us to play this fucking thing, right?
I forgot about a lot of this stuff, but yeah, that's true. I mean,
this is right on the heels of that, right? So his demand is he's pulling out all kinds of ultimatums here. Well, that's a good one right there. But he's putting out all kinds of demands because he wants to hear this thing. So I'm going to put it up where you kind of just enter the room here. Just for a little context.
A lot of familiar faces in that room.
Yeah. Back in the good old days. So I'm going to back it up. I'm just going to let it play. Then Kenny comes in the room, and we get a recap anyway. So it's the same old shit. We don't need to play the whole thing, but
right.
We'll just take it from here.
As another Facebook account. But now here's what I've heard.
So this is in one of my Dragon's Den once again, just so you know. Von Helton has actually joined us. And you will notice I am much more fair to Von Helton in my hangouts than he's ever been when I've tried to enter one of his. I'll just leave that there. But anyways.
And this was from Sabrina Krim. Sabrina Krim, when she talked to John on the phone and talked to Andrea on the phone, she said that Andrea was told by somebody, CPS, John, whoever it might have been, that she wasn't allowed to be on the internet while this EPO is in effect, which is total bullshit. I mean, the EPO has no effect on her being on the internet. But, you know, she was told that shit, allegedly. Now, whether that's true or not, or whether it's yet another fucking lie from my wife, I do not know. But that's what Sabrina Krim told me. She said that when she talked to them on the phone, that they alluded to the fact that she wasn't allowed to be on the internet, which is, I ain't never heard of that in my fucking life. The only thing an EPO does is prohibit her from talking to me. She could talk to anybody else she wants to. She just can't talk to me. Yeah. So I don't know where in the fuck they must have pulled that motherfucker out of their ass, because I've never heard that shit before, ever.
Right. Well, okay, thanks for answering.
All right. Hey, dude, do you mind stepping out for a little bit? You can come back in later. It's nothing personal. It's just.
Oh yeah, sure. Yeah, no
I
problem.
got someone that wants to come in, so.
Yeah, no problem, man. I'll leave.
Yeah,
Right, thanks, guys.
you're more than welcome to come back later.
All right, thank you.
Oh, who could
All right,
it be?
buddy, it's open for you.
Who could it be?
So, see what happens. Someone wanted in here to ask some questions. All right, so yeah, thanks everybody for keeping this civil. I mean, we're just talking, and I know it's a touchy subject, and there's things that are going to come up, but I think for the most part, everyone's letting each other talk. So, does anybody actually have anything they want to bring up, or maybe Kenny has something he may want to bring to the table? What's up?
Kenny.
It's Kenny.
Whoa.
What's up,
everybody?
What's up, hot dog?
What's happening, Rolo? You had a good weekend, man?
Oh yeah, living the dream.
Oh yeah.
Living the dream, man.
Dr. Dizzle. How's it hanging?
I don't know
What's
what he's
cracking,
doing
everybody?
over there. Yeah, he's chasing the kids around, I guess. I don't know.
No, I'm over here. I'm just keeping my mouth shut because, you know, Von's getting all butthurt. He pulled a gun on his wife and he's lying to everybody. So
Yep. Is it possible, Vaughn, that you pulled the screwdriver and put it in your lap, and that's how she thought you were threatening her life?
That's the only, see, from that vantage point, she can't possibly know what I've got in my lap. There's no.
Why would you pull a screwdriver?
Never mind. You come in late. A fucking knob came off my goddamn desk, and I tightened the knob up with a screwdriver. And apparently, you know, from back there, she can't tell what the fuck I've got in my lap. That's a bunch of bullshit. I pulled this screwdriver out to fix a knob on my desk. She probably thought I pulled the guns out, which the guns, I mean, even now, my guns are fucking buried under shit any goddamn way. If I was to pull the guns out, I'd pull a whole bunch of shit out with them. Okay.
And Vaughn, if you said you could have killed me with that mouse, is it possible in the heat of the moment, because you might have been angry that you said, well, I could kill you with this screwdriver too? Is it possible?
No.
Because earlier we had talked about how
my training kicks in. No.
Okay, because earlier you admitted to somebody that you had fucked his mom to pay for college, and that shit flies out of your mouth.
No. My training would have prevented something of that nature.
Because that shows right there that shit
No, excuse
flies
me.
out of your mouth.
No. 1,000 times no. I'm
Well,
not going to make a threat. I'm not going. No. Damn it, no. I'm not going to make a threat unless I actually mean it. Period. End of story.
Bullshit.
Well, get the fuck out then, Kenny. If you want to say bullshit, bye. See ya. You're gone. See ya.
You've made plenty of fucking.
Yeah, and keep in mind he has absolutely no moderating power in this room right now. He's just so used to threatening people to kick him out, right? He has. Anyways.
Fucking threats.
Go away.
Yeah,
I made threats at people who've been trying to get the CIA on me, the FBI on me, have tried to get my kids taken away, tried to get my wife to leave me, and then finally succeeded in getting my wife to leave me. Okay.
You know, why do you always blame everybody? Why do you blame everybody else for that?
Excuse me, I was talking. You don't think I'm justified when I got people trying to literally get me killed by the government, that I'm not justified in maybe saying a few terse words about it? Fuck you, asshole.
Wait a minute, though. Wait, Kenny, though.
Fuck you.
Okay, but the point is, let's say we're all Assad coming to rape you, whatever. You still admit you've made empty threats. So, therefore, your point that, no, if I made a threat, it would have come through.
Well,
false.
here's the thing.
We've
Here's
seen
the
you make
thing.
false threats.
Y'all said, hey, shut up. Y'all said I'd never have a lawyer, didn't you? Remember that? Oh, Von, he'll never have a lawyer. He'll never get a lawyer. He'll never get a lawyer.
I think that's still true now.
Lawsuits, lawsuits, lawsuits. L-U-L-Z suits. S-U-I-T-S. Isn't that correct?
Lawlers.
He'll never get an attorney.
Still true.
Attorneys at laws.
Right, guys? Right, guys? He'll never get an attorney. He'll never get an... Oh, Andrea, he doesn't have an attorney. He's
Well,
lying.
listen.
Okay,
Vaughn, okay.
Where's all
He's
this
lying
going,
to you,
Vaughn? What's your
Andrea.
point?
Who said that
Let's
to
bring
her?
this back to
guys?
reality,
Anybody
people.
want to tell me who said that to her? Who said that to her? Was it you, Kenny, that said to her?
Did he ever get an attorney?
Attorney.
Did that ever
He
happen?
didn't get an attorney.
Whoever it was.
What's that?
Did he ever actually get an attorney? Ever?
Well, I mean, the only
Never
time he
happened.
got an attorney was like if it's legal aid. I think his mom paid for a divorce lawyer or whatever. But
Think about how crazy this is. Like looking back on it, like this guy is talking about we got the FBI, the CIA, Mossad, like literally trying to kill him.
Right.
Like this is rantings. I guess at the time I didn't appreciate it. I just kind of figured he's always looking for his out, always trying to make himself be the victim and make himself appear bigger than he is, obviously, right? But looking back on it now, it's just fucking crazy. You know what I mean? Like,
you can't explain this to people in real life.
now, how long ago was this anyway? This is like 5-6 years ago, maybe?
Well, this is just after Andrea and him split. This is goddamn internet, right?
So this is 2014 or so then.
Yeah, so this would be after February 2014.
That's crazy, man. That's like 6 years ago.
This is when he's first threatening to go leave the internet. That's why he's trying to get us to play it because he's like only got till the end of the week.
Oh, yeah. Well, yeah, he wanted those tapes played.
Oh, he wanted them bad.
Well, you're incorrect because I have one of the best attorneys in the state of Kentucky, but with my money, not my mother's, my money.
Oh,
no, you don't.
Oh shit. Oh yes, I do. His name is Doug Binge, and he's one of the best in the fucking state. So fuck you, fuck you, fuck you
How
again.
the hell can you afford an attorney? You ain't had
It's none of your fucking business how I afford it, but I afford it.
Can't. Your mama did
None
it.
of your fucking business how I afford it. In fact, it's none of your business in the first goddamn place if you have stuck your nose in my personal business. Just because I put something out there doesn't give you the right to go behind my back and tell my wife a bunch of shit to get her to leave me, now does it?
Vaughn, if I may, Vaughn, your wife, she told everybody why she left. She left because of your skid marks and because of your fucked up ways, dude, and the way you treated her. It had nothing to do with anybody talking to her or anything like that, man. You need to get past that, man. Take responsibility for your own fucking
My
marriage.
attorney has her Facebook.
Oh, well, dude, what does that mean? So what? So even if that were true, which it's not.
According to my attorney, there was individuals filling her head full of bullshit, telling her to
Like
leave.
what?
Selling her head full of that shit.
If you look, there's always going to be that kind of shit going on anyway. If you were strong enough in your marriage, you wouldn't have to worry about it.
You do much better than what you've got now. You can have a better life, Andrea. You need to get away from him, Andrea. He's dangerous, Andrea. You throw this mouse at him, Andrea, and you'll see how dangerous he really is.
Oh, get real. Come on.
Yeah, get real, motherfucker. That's straight from my attorney.
Get real. She left because of your.
No, she didn't. She left because of the trolls and CPS.
She left because you don't have a job. You shit your fucking
Out of her
pants.
own
You
mouth.
don't fucking do anything but
Out of
play
her
video
own mouth.
games. You pulled a
Out of her
gun.
own mouth.
In November.
Out of her own mouth.
In
Out of
November.
her own mouth.
In November.
Keep talking. I'll just keep repeating it. Out of her own mouth.
In
Out of
November.
her own mouth. Out of
Right.
her own mouth.
When did she say that?
She left because of the trolls and CPS.
In November.
Because of Von Helden. She left because of the trolls and CPS. She said this back in November. She was going to leave in November, but Eric Malone talked her out of it.
about it.
She left because of you. That's why she left, because of you.
No. Well, then release the whole 2.5 hours and let me hear it for myself then. Why is it that every motherfucker in this room has heard the whole 2 damn hours except me? Why
That's not
the
true
son of
either.
a bitch? What is it?
Actually,
Again, a little context. I think it was the hangout before. Everyone was trolling him that there was a link out there to the whole thing. So he has been convinced for a week that everybody has heard this interview except for him, and we're keeping it from him. Right?
I am just amazed that there are 48 people watching that give a shit about any of this right now. Like, to me, that's the most fucking shocking thing of the night is there's 47 people in the entire world that give a fuck. That's awesome.
That's why you got
I'm glad you guys are here.
That's why you got
I don't know where this is going.
All right.
You're hiding. What is it that you guys are hiding that you won't let me hear the whole fucking conversation? What is it, mother?
She said you have a small penis. And you want to embarrass you.
All right, just for a sec, James. Come on, stop. Let's bring this down to reality.
Every motherfucker in this room has heard the whole conversation.
Okay, stop.
Not me.
James.
No, we haven't.
Okay, the reason I'm muting you, James, is not to cut you off. I'm going to let you have your piece. But see, when you start doing that, everyone else just starts getting antsy and jumping in and becomes a clusterfuck. So I want to bring this back to reality here so we can understand what the fuck's going on. Jesus Christ! All right, where the fuck are we in this shit? I fucking veered off for a second.
It's real simple. Real simple. Release the whole 2.5 hours. It's real fucking simple.
I
Put
wish
the
they
shit
would
up
too.
there. Let me download it and hear it from my goddamn self.
No.
But I mean,
No. Well, why not, motherfucker? If it's so goddamn damning to me, why are you hiding it? Why are you hiding it? You got to be afraid, son of a bitch. Because if you weren't afraid, you'd release it.
Well, afraid of what?
I don't know. Maybe the fact that I have one of the most powerful attorneys in the state of
Oh, yeah. That's it.
Most powerful.
That's actually what it is.
Okay, well then if
go.
you're not afraid, if you're not afraid of the dark.
No, you got me.
No,
You got
excuse
me,
me,
bro.
Kenny. Excuse me, Kenny. Are you afraid of the dark? Are you afraid of the dark?
I remember that bit.
Who told you to start saying this? Which one of your failtard consultants started telling you?
Yeah, because he went on this thing for a while. I was like, "Are you afraid of the dark?" Like that kids show, and we're all like, "What the fuck is he
That shit
talking
was
about?"
crazy.
Yeah, that was the phase he went through. I don't know, the Eric Malone or someone talked him into that. I don't know.
Are you afraid of the dark? Because if you are, you won't release it. You're not releasing it for a reason, Kenny, and the
that'll
reason
work.
is you're afraid of getting sued. Isn't that right? Come on, let's be truthful.
Absolutely. You
You're
got me
afraid of
busted,
getting
bro.
sued. You know that I now have an attorney on retainer,
What would he get
and
sued
that I can
for?
go after your
What would he get
motherfucking ass.
sued for?
I don't know. He won't release the tape, so
So you're gonna wait a minute. You're gonna sue me, but you don't know what for yet. You're gonna just sue me based on some shit I might do.
Pussy and not release the whole
Preemptive suing. You're a fucking moron. You're a fucking
Then release the audio.
lunatic.
Then release it, motherfucker.
That's not gonna prove you're not an idiot. That's not gonna prove you're not a lunatic.
Fucking stupid. Release the son of a bitch, motherfucker.
Hey, the first little bit you heard was enough, don't you think?
No, I want to hear the whole 2.5 hours.
Jeez.
But James, do you really want to hear it? I mean, what if?
Yes, I really want to hear it.
Said about
Yes,
you? What if
I
she
really
said some really
fucking wanna
personal, nasty stuff?
Yes, I
What if she
really
said you had a
fucking
little
want to hear
dick
it.
sucked in bed.
Yes, I really want to fucking hear it. How many times do I have to say that? Yeah, I really want to fucking hear it. Because if I didn't want to fucking hear it, I wouldn't insist on it. But I'll tell you what I'm going to do, Kenny. I'll get my attorney to hire a private dick to get your docs.
A private dick.
By court order to release the whole 2.5 hours.
Here
How's
we
that
go.
work for you? Does that work for you? Does that work for you, motherfucker?
Go for
Does
it.
that work for you?
Yeah.
Yes or no? You can either release it voluntarily now, or I call my attorney.
You
we
said
get the
yes.
Private dick, we get your docs, and then you, by court order, will be forced to release it.
I had to check
Now,
to see was I muted.
Which
I was
one?
like, I thought I said
Which
yes.
one do you want?
Whatever you want, dude. Go for it.
Whatever you want. Okay, fine. Now, folks, you all heard it. I have permission from him to go in and get his ass and force him to release this audio.
I tell you what, if you really want to hear it, I will put you on a Greyhound. You can ride up here and we can just hang out, have a couple beers and listen to it together.
That sounds
Come
like
on,
a deal.
Come on up here. We'll have a sit down and we'll drink a couple of beers and, you know, we'll raise some hell somewhere and listen to it on the loudspeakers.
What a fucking pussy.
So there it was, folks. I said it earlier.
Jesus Christ, man.
You did technically. You have that.
Oh, we could have done that too.
Could have did that. Now listen, we got a request out here, Kenny, from Von Helton's children. Says that Kenny KPZ, can we get a shout out to Kentucky CPS? Kenny, you're muted, Kenny.
Are you there, Rolo?
I got you. I can hear you now.
You there?
Yeah. Can you give a shout out to Kentucky CPS? You're muted, Kenny.
All right, for some reason I lost you. I'm gonna check back in. Give me 1 second.
Yep. Can you guys hear me out there? You guys should be able to hear me still. I'm hoping. Here's hoping. Oh, bring Kenny back in. All right, you hear me?
Breaker 19.
I hear you. Do you hear me?
Yeah, I got you.
Okay, perfect. So we got a request out there, Kenny. Von Helton's children would like you to give a shout out to Kentucky CPS.
Shout out to Kentucky CPS.
There it is, folks. Thank you. Thank you.
Shout out Kentucky CPS.
What a fucking pussy you are.
Well, how's that pussy? I'm actually inviting you.
You're a fucking pussy. You won't release the son of a bitch.
Hey, then you'd have his address and shit.
Son of a bitch.
God damn, I am so.
You're afraid of getting sued. You know for a fact that you did wrong by talking to a married wife behind her husband's back, and you know you got a chance of getting sued, and that's why you won't release the motherfucker.
God.
That's exactly what it's all about. You knew she was still married to me legally, and you knew for a fact that talking to a married woman behind my back would get you a fucking lawsuit. And that's why you
No, come on. You're out of control. You're out of your mind.
You're not afraid.
You're out of your fucking mind.
If you're not afraid, release it, motherfucker.
What is this just bullshit psychology, shit you really think that somehow this is going to work, right?
Release it, can you?
I'm afraid to release it. So therefore I have to release it.
Release it. You can't. You won't. You won't do it. You just said you won't do it. I have to get my attorney to go after your ass just to get you to release.
What? Let me ask you this. How is your attorney? What is this? What is your attorney's interest in this? What exactly? Why do you think he's going to be able to convince me to release it?
Getting paid big bucks by me. That's
what that's what it is.
Can I get a word in here real quick? Vaughn, you seem to be under the confused or mistaken impression that your wife is your property.
Yeah, man.
Right? She can leave you for any fucking reason she goddamn wants. She might just not like the look in your eye one day, and she fucking.
Excuse me.
I've never human being.
Excuse me.
You're acting like you own her, motherfucker.
Exactly.
I have never once ever claimed she was property. You lying
This
fucking
is so
shit.
long ago. He even looks so different now. He's changed over the years.
I'm going to skip it ahead just a little bit because we just rehashing this shit, but I want to get to where we pwn him on the car thing because he swears that he didn't say it. Then we play the audio.
Oh, wow. All right.
Move it up a little bit.
People. I don't know them. They've never verified who they are. Half these people have never verified.
All right. So at this point, actually, I'll just back it up a touch right in the middle there.
You know exactly what you do.
Take a breather, goddammit.
What I think
you won't let anyone else talk.
What I think needs to happen is this. Here's what's going to go down. Okay. I'm going to get my attorney to go after Mr. Kennykpz here. You already heard him say I had his permission.
My God.
So we're going to get Kenny's docs. And when I get Kenny's docs, they're going to be all over motherfucking YouTube. I'm not going to hide them. They're going to be everywhere.
Nice.
I'm leaving. What are you going to do to me, fucker? Get me banned from
YouTube?
Get me banned from YouTube? I'm leaving, you fuck. I'm leaving, you fuck. What are you going to do? Get me banned from YouTube? Your docs are going to be everywhere, motherfucker.
Nice. So you're basically just out for revenge.
Everywhere, motherfucker. They're going to be everywhere. Deal with it. Deal with it.
Awesome.
Bitch. You're my bitch.
Awesome.
You're my bitch because you won't release the 2.5-hour video of Andrea. You know exactly what you've done. You were talking to a married woman against her husband's wishes. You know that I can sue you for it, and that's why you won't release the video.
Oh my fucking God! Really?
She's a
Yeah,
human
really,
being. She can
Southern
talk
Raven.
when she wants to.
Hey, Southern Raven, if I talk to you, hey, Southern Raven, if I talk to you behind your husband's back, your husband wouldn't go after me legally? Fuck yes, he would.
He can't go after you legally. There's no crime that's been committed, dude. You think everybody that doesn't do what you think they should, so you won't let anybody else talk.
Quit talking over me.
Just stop. You know why you
Let him rage. Let him rage.
You guys know for a fact that if I was speaking any of you guys behind your other significant other's back, that they could go after me legally, and you fucking know it. You just don't want to admit it because you don't want your Betty Kenny here going down the fucking river. Well, that's commendable, but the truth of the matter is that he's
If
going down the
my
river.
wife was talking to you behind my back, I'd think that was my problem, not yours.
And remove all the ops power from everybody. Nobody.
Okay, stop, guys. We're listening to the audio.
33rd, kick out.
So what was happening in the part that I skipped actually was that Von Helton, he made one of these bets with Kenny where Kenny actually didn't agree to shit. They got in a fight because they brought up the thing about sleeping in the car. He said he never said it. So he bet. I said, well, let's bring up the audio and play it. And he said, well, if I didn't say it, then you got to play the 2.5 hours. Now, mind you, Von Helton never actually offered anything on his side of the bet. And Kenny never actually agreed to playing to anything. But Von Helton, in his mind, it was a bet at this point, right? Do you remember any of that, Kenny? I'm not sure if Kenny even hears me anymore. All right. You remember any of that, Kenny?
Yeah, you have to forgive me. I got a little delay here, so I'm responding to you a little late. But yeah, I remember the bet. You know.
All right, let's play it.
Yeah, you have to forgive me. I got a little delay here, so.
Here 30 fucking people, because that's a bunch of shit. That's fucking infantile bullshit. Do you understand? That's infantile bullshit. Are you fucking 2 years old? Because that's how you're acting. You're acting like a fucking 2-year-old.
This actually is a very special event. You know, I didn't really think about this. Actually, he's just coming back in here, folks. All right, we got him back.
Sorry about that.
Still a bit of a delay, but I was just pointing out this is actually a very special event because how often are you ever going to see Von Helton in a live stream with his trolls listening to a video of Von Helton?
Yeah.
Like actually sitting with his trolls critiquing one of his own rages about trolls. Like that's never going to happen. That's like fucking, you never realize. That's why it's important to archive this stuff, boys and girls. That's another lesson. 1 is long game. 2, always archive because you never know. You never know.
You never know. That's for sure.
Are we clear on that?
You got screwed, man. I'm sorry.
Coming in a room and kicking out a bunch of fucking people is infantile bullshit. And I will not have it. I will not have it.
Yeah, but AJ is loyal to you.
I don't know who's loyal to me or not. I don't know who's loyal to me or not. I don't know these people. They're people on the fucking screen. They could be fucking Mr. Anonymous Dick under a false name for all I know. I don't know half these people. I don't know.
Could have very well been.
They've never verified who they are. Half these people have never verified who they are. It'd be one thing. Oh, well, my fucking cam don't work. Well, then here's the deal. If your cam don't work, then I ain't gonna fucking perma you, and I'm not gonna recognize you because I don't know who the fuck you are. I'm sick and tired of people saying, oh, well, my cam don't work. Well, it's a funny thing to me that me on limited fucking income, I could get a goddamn cam from Newegg or Tiger Direct in about 2 fucking seconds. And I can get that shit hooked up to my computer and get it up working and get on this fucking screen. But you somehow, having plenty of money, somehow can't do that shit? Fuck you. You're a liar.
If I can do it and me on limited income, you can get a fucking webcam from Newegg for $9, for fuck's sake. You can't afford $9? What a load of shit. What a load of shit that is. You can't afford a $9 webcam? You're a fucking liar. If I can do it and me on limited income, I know you fucking can. So quit it with the bullshit. Because I'm tired of it. I'm up to here with fucking bullshit. I'm up to here with fucking lies. Because that's all it is lies. All it is a fucking joke.
So again, for context, for anyone that hasn't seen this, because it's a little confusing, we're watching an old video of us listening to an old video. So the video we're listening to, you got to remember that his child bride is literally trying to sleep at his feet, right? On that fucking dirty mattress, which, by the way, we've been observing has been slowly moving towards the door lately. We don't know what's up with that. But anyways, and he's got kids sleeping in the back, right?
Slowly pushing her right out of the room.
It is. It's slowly going. If you watch his newest videos, every video it's moving close. It's like his beard. It's trying to escape, right? So, so basically, this one we're listening to, the original video, he's raging as his family's sleeping around him, right? At like fucking 2, 3 in the morning, going on about a $9 webcam. She's going to wake up in a second and ask him to quiet down. He's going to tell her to hit the bricks and sleep in the fucking car, which he swears he never said. So it's coming. Wait for it.
Quit coming in the fucking room acting like a goddamn 2-year-old. I'm sick of this shit. I'm sick of it. Now I'm getting rid of all the fucking perma-ops. I'm getting rid of all the fucking ops in general. Ain't nobody going to have fucking then you do that. If you, I'm sorry, let's start acting like fucking. You can go sleep on the couch.
Okay, listen.
Couch and I'll shut the door.
Stop it, dude. Stop it.
I didn't tell her to sleep in the car. I said sleep on the couch. Somebody owes me a video.
Wait. I told him to stop the audio. Okay.
That's
I want to make sure you're there because it looks
I'm
like you were
here,
gone.
but I just heard.
Listen. We're gonna listen to the whole clip. We're gonna listen to the rest. I told him to stop.
I told her to sleep in the car, dude.
That's fine. I'm not saying either way. I'm not saying either way. Okay, I'm not. This could vindicate you.
Well, now, wait a minute. Before we do this,
could vindicate.
before we do this, wait a minute. Before we do this, are we in agreement that Kenny should release the whole 2.5 hours? Give me a link to the whole 2.5 hours of Andrea.
If you tell her not to sleep in the car.
Now we're all agreed on that. I'm going to get a link.
If you don't tell her, listen, I want to make this clear, okay, guys, because I want to play middleman here. I don't remember, so I'm going to.
So ridiculous.
I know.
Does not tell his wife to go sleep in the car.
And like Vaughn's doesn't get that we're fucking with him. Like he's taking this serious, right? This is serious fucking business. And he's put out a bet. And if you refuse, Kenny, you are a coward. You have to take this bet. Like, keep in mind, folks, Kenny has not agreed to anything at this point. He is not.
Kenny will release the whole 2 hours. Is that what we're saying? Is this clear?
That's what I want.
I don't agree to that at all. Absolutely. Absolutely not. I have to get permission from Mouse. Absolutely.
You're my bitch, motherfucker.
But you did tell her to sleep in the car.
You are my bitch.
All right.
Well, let's listen. Let's listen and see if you said it. Let's see if you said it.
You do it, can you?
Okay, that's Vaughn.
I'm not agreeing to jack shit until he agrees to release the whole 2.5 hours.
Okay,
you never agreed to anything anyway.
What's fucking that?
Well, what if you did say it? What were you going to do?
I'm right,
well, what were you going to do? Oh, okay. Well, we'll see.
Okay. I'm going to give Von Helton 10 internet points on that. I'm going to give Von Helton 10 internet points for that. Okay, let's listen to the audio and then we'll discuss. Go, play it.
But I'm just, I need people I can fucking trust, okay? It's hard for me to find people that I can trust. Because it seems like every time I find somebody I can trust, they turn around and they come in the fucking room and kick a ton of people out of the fucking room. And it's like, what the fuck, man? I'm not talking to you.
I just want to sleep outside.
I don't know, dear. Sleep in the car. That's what I do. Sleeping in the car is great.
Sleep in the car.
Now watch Vaughn squirm his way out of this one. Talk about moving goalposts. Look at his. He's like a cat. He's got a tail, right? When a cat's thinking, their tail flickers. He starts reaching for that fucking bobtail at the back, whether it's there or not. Starts fucking playing with his face and his hair. He's trying to think on the spot here, and he's not quick on the fly. But watch this.
What she said, sleep in the car.
Yep.
Yeah,
That sounds like you made a suggestion to her. That's what it sounded like to me.
I do, motherfucker. I said I do. Not her. I said I do.
No, you told her to go sleep in the car. It was good enough for you, basically. You said, go sleep in the car.
Sleep in the car.
I still.
That's what I do.
No, I didn't say.
But you said. But you said sleep in the car.
You told her to go sleep in the car.
You're such a fucking pussy ass bitch. You're such.
You're not talking over me. You're not talking over me. My point from the very beginning. I never said.
Motherfucker, I will talk over you, bitch. I will talk over you.
Yeah, I'll talk over you too, motherfucker.
You're not going to talk over me.
You know why, Vaughn? Because you're a pussy. You know why?
I'm going to get my fucking say in here. No. I said from the very beginning.
Vaughn, you can't even stand by your fucking words. You're not a man. You can't even.
You're trying to twist what I said.
You can't even. No, you said sleep in the car.
You're trying to twist what I said.
You said sleep in the car.
You're trying to.
You said sleep in the car.
You're trying to twist what I said.
You said exactly that. You said sleep in the car. That's your exact words. There's no way to twist that.
No, motherfucker, you fucking liar.
Verbatim. You.
Okay.
Jesus.
I got to give it to Vaughn for, in a weird, twisted way. I guess I don't know if admire is the right word, but I am in awe of his conviction to his side of the story. Because in the face of actually listening to his own words just seconds ago, he
cares not about any of that, dude. He has made up his mind what the truth is.
Now you're the liar.
Yeah, it was just not like if you cannot play a clip of him saying some shit and then say, did you just say that? You know, the court will deem you probably insane, just unfit for trial. Just be like, look, this fucking guy's nuts.
This is just unhinged.
Yeah, wow. That's yeah. So he never took responsibility for that. Clearly,
no.
So.
Sleep in the car. That's what I do. That's verbatim what you said, right? Can we all agree? Can we all agree that that's what he said?
Yep.
For real. I mean, goddamn, we just played.
I was the one that slept in the car.
You just look, play it again. Because he's a fucking pussy. He's a bitch. He's not a real man. A real man stands by his fucking words.
I did stand by my words. You tried to twist my words.
You just said sleep in the car. You're denying it right before you're.
But you didn't let me finish. I said I clarified by said that I slept in the car.
Yeah, you were saying that makes it okay. You were saying that makes it okay, Vaughn. You said sleep.
Never slept in the car. You failed. She never slept in the fucking car.
It doesn't
fail fucking wrong. No.
So see how he's shifted the goalpost once again? Now he's accusing you of making a claim that he made her sleep in a car, that she actually slept in the car.
This shit is ridiculous.
Oh, it's like an open diary of a madman.
Jeez.
Wow. In the motherfucking car. You failed.
No, you told her to sleep in the car. You said sleep in the car. No, I said you told her to sleep in the car. Now you're twisting my words. You're twisting my words because you're a pussy.
She didn't sleep in the car. You failed.
Turn your mic down, Kenny.
You failed. She didn't sleep in the car.
Sorry, bro.
You failed. She didn't sleep in the car.
You're fucking lying.
Anyway, play.
Yeah, this shit is.
I don't know, dear. Sleep in the car.
I forgot this.
Sleep
in the car.
Okay, just back it up a touch. Listen, let's be.
I'm done. I just hit the 3-pointer. I'm walking away.
Well, I do have to say, James, whether she slept in the car or not, I'll give it to you there. But the problem is the bet. As far as I'm concerned, the rest of it I don't care. But the bet that we made is that you didn't tell her to sleep in the car, and I gotta say, I'm gonna have to take back those 10 internet points, unfortunately.
No, play it again because I didn't technically tell her.
Let's play it. Let's play
you
it.
Said
Let's play it. And I want to hear the part about the Bears too. That
you said lock the doors.
Pussy.
Okay, let's go. Let's play it.
I don't know, dear. Sleep in the car. That's what I do.
Woo!
Sleeping in the car is great. Good for you.
No, because what if I get attacked? I can't scream.
Now, Vaughn, how is sleeping in the car good for you?
Lock the car doors, duh.
Lock the car doors.
You're not getting me.
Oh, Vaughn. Who
What
fell?
an asshole.
Yeah,
Tell
but you
her
love
sleep
her
in the
though,
car,
Vaughn. You
lock
love
the
her so
doors.
much that you'd rather do a blog TV show and have her sleep in the fucking car than shut your fucking show down and fucking let her get a good night's sleep. That's how much you fucking love her, bro. You're a fucking bitch.
Take one little thing out completely out of context.
No, that's what we just viewed, Vaughn. You're just delusional and can't see it.
Take it completely out of context. Blow
You know
it
what? You
way
need
out
to
of
leave the
proportion
internet.
and say, "Oh
You
my
really do.
God, Von Helden's trying to kill his wife by locking."
No. Ah, see, there you go.
Oh, here we go.
See,
You
there
know,
we go.
you know what it is?
Car just any minute, guys. Watch.
Well, let me ask you something, Vaughn. Can I ask you a question?
Gonna lock her
Can I
in the
just ask?
fucking car. Quit talking over me, bitch. Quit talking over me. Gonna lock her in the car and kill her
Let me
and all this
ask you a
other
question.
bullshit simply because
Shut up.
it's all crap. It's all
Shut
crap. It's all
up, dude.
It wasn't literal. It wasn't.
You guys know
You literally told her to sleep in the car. I know that.
One at a time thing, damn it. One at a time, please.
I can't do nothing
You
with
know, a
it.
lot of that shit was true, though, man. You know that? It's like the motherfucker needed to just get off the internet. She really did, and just focus on his life. And usually, when people get confronted with their own words and their own mistakes and shit like that, they'll change, right? They'll alter their behavior. But not Vaughn. Vaughn just keeps digging and keeps covering up and keeps going, man. It's just
keeps
it's
digging.
crazy.
He's out in the
Yeah.
backyard with a teacup. He's trying to fucking. I don't know where he's
It's-
trying to
I
make
mean-
it to, but he doesn't even know what direction he's just fucking digging.
Because look what happened. You know, look what happened after that. You know, just the downward spiral of Von Helton was pretty crazy. But this shit, I mean, some of this is funny and some of it's actually it's just kind of cringy to watch now. A little bit of it, right? It's just so
Well, it's hard to
old.
see. Oh, it's so and it just I just find it fascinating. In a matter of minutes, it's went from the claim of suggesting to go sleep in the car to now we've made the claim that she was locked in the car and he was trying to kill her. And
yeah, it's Bond, man. So
it's just out of
you know,
control.
None
Out of
of this
control.
makes any sense. Yeah.
Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Well, I'm just looking through the full. Like I said, there's so much. There's no way we'd get in through any of this fucking this
You know,
footage. But
I think the most fun I ever had doing anything Von Helton related was, you know, the private listening session, and that was, I think that may have been, you know, that must have went down maybe sometime before this or something, but we can talk about that a little bit, you know.
yeah. We'll just fill people in what the listening session was all about.
Yeah, so I had been gone from the internet for a while, for, you know, I don't know, a couple years maybe. And Vaughn, of course, the whole time was still talking about me. So before the Andrea tapes, before anything, I just booked a hangout like months in advance. I had no plans for it. I just figured it was as far in advance as YouTube would let me schedule a hangout. And I just figured something would be happening by then. And it was, you know. It just so happened, you know, Vaughn and Andrea split, and, you know, randomly we ended up in a Skype call with her, you know, and the rest, I guess, is history as far as that goes. But then we always said, you know, we were going to have a private listening session, and, you know, only 9 people or whatever, I guess, could get in the hangout, right?
Mm-hmm.
So that's kind of the setup for that, right? So we ended up kind of baiting that, and in a sense, you know, with the private listening session, I don't know how many people were there, but Mouse was never there. You know, it was just like we set it up to just kind of troll everybody. We never listened to the tapes. We never did anything.
Now, was this the hangout that you originally had just randomly set a date for, and then it kind of evolved?
Yeah.
Listening session.
Yeah. I just set a date, and Vaughn projected what it was, so I retitled it "Private Listening Session" then, because he was like, he's got these tapes and he's gonna listen, you know.
Right. So basically, for people that weren't around back then, like we had this wonderful world of a lot of people that came from the Google Plus side, but we came from the YouTube side, and they started adding all these features. So we were fucking around with the different like live streaming features and Hangouts. And Kenny posted a live event. And he just pushed it out the farthest state that he could, with no idea of what he was actually going to do with it. He just threw a date out there for a Hangout, right? And over the weeks, as things evolved, Von Helton, you know, in his mind, had cooked up that we're going to show nudes. We were going to fucking. They went through a mirror, like a, you know.
Oh yeah, that's right. I mean, he started projecting his greatest fears onto what was going to happen at that hangout, and it turned into. I was like, well, we're going to listen to the whole Andrea tape privately, because up to that point, the only thing that was out was the, you know, the. What was it, Kentucky Cosmoline stuff, where the voices were all changed and all that fucking shenanigans.
Right.
So
Well,
he really wanted
too.
to hear what was on those fucking tapes.
It's interesting too, because the atmosphere at the time, like everyone wanted to hear this shit, and like there was this 2.5+ hours floating. Now this was further feeding Von Helton's paranoia that everybody had listened to this thing. Because I have the Hangout somewhere where it's like a week before, and everyone's fucking with Von Helton, telling them that like, oh, I've listened to it, I've heard it. There's a link.
Oh, it became this thing where, you know, like you said, people were selling it on eBay. People were claiming they had a link and trying to, you know, get him in Skype calls, and he basically started stalking us at that point. You know, he was calling me on Skype. You know.
Oh yeah, he's calling us on Skype. But like, you know.
Oh man, I remember we really fucked with him. You know, it was pretty ridiculous.
Well, and a lot of the times, like I would tell him flat out the truth. There's no link. Like Vaughn, he just would refuse to believe it. He just had it in his head, whatever.
Everybody just started doing it, right? But yeah, man, that was crazy shit, dude. Back then, I mean, I had no idea. I had never spoken to Andrea. Somebody just happened, a friend of mine, you know, Dusty, Mr. McButt, just basically was like, hey, I got Andrea. She wants to like tell her side of the story because, you know, Vaughn's out there slandering her. And so here we go, you know, and that's how that went down. But I mean, Vaughn always talks about how, you know, people were talking to her. I'd never spoken to her, never chatted with her or anything like that. So
now
this happened.
This listening session. So now at this point, the environment is just this fevered pitch. Right?
Everybody's got a fever,
and everyone's
the only prescription.
That's right.
Is the Andrea tapes.
That's right. That's the only thing, man. Clang on that. So we got Vaughn salivating, basically following us around. We got like the people of the audience wants to hear it. Everyone's going nuts. So you have this mysterious hangout that everyone's been like, well, and Vaughn's been building up, right? So you decide to do this exclusive listening session, right? Standing room only kind of thing.
Yeah.
And if
only 9 slots, so you got to get in quick.
And basically, it was just 2 or 3 of us that filled the fucking thing full of.
That's
sockets.
it. Yeah, we had like extra phones and shit, and so people were like beating down the door trying to get into the hangout, clicking the link like crazy and leaving comments. And you know, we had like sock accounts. Like one dude had like a midget with a machete or something, and he just show up in the chat, be like, "I'm in, I made it in." You know, everybody be like, "What the fuck?" And it was just ridiculous. You know?
Oh yeah, there's a lot of butthurt over that too. Because like, who the hell are you? Why can't I get in? And then people would get in. I ain't leaving.
Yeah, somebody would accidentally get in, and I'd be like, "You got to leave. Andrea fell out. We're trying to get her back in, but you guys keep popping in." And I'm not leaving. Fuck that. Somebody else leave.
Well, at one point, did someone actually have Von Helton to negotiate with to try to get in?
Yeah. Somebody had Vaughn in a Skype call. I was like trying to negotiate their way in. Like, look, we've got Vaughn, we've got 7 bushels of hay, of hay and 2 sheep. You know, just like bargaining to try to get in the fucking thing. It was pretty funny. So we kept it going for like an hour as long as we could. So everybody's, everybody couldn't have two phones going at once and shit. So.
Yeah. No, there was.
But to me, that was the funniest thing I ever pulled because, the build-up was so long, and at the end of it, I just had it where everybody wanted to get in this stupid fucking hangout where nothing was going on at all, but everybody thought Andrea was in there live because at the last minute, if I recall, we had changed it to instead of doing the listening session, we're actually going to have Andrea in here live or whatever. And there was nothing at all going on in that hangout at all. It was just us sitting there laughing and everybody clicking the shit out of that link to join the hangout and leaving comments. So there was a few people that caught on to what was going on.
Right.
But. Yeah, that was funny to me, just to watch people, try to beat down the gates.
Well, that's a good segue to the last clip of the evening. This is, I believe, I'm not exactly sure what's on here, but he's hot.
No, let him talk. He's muting people. They're not going to let me talk. No. I got to fucking let me talk. I just sit here.
James, it's because you're doing this.
Oh, stop. He's still talking. Oh, you chat and listen. Listen. Now listen. I have 5 witnesses. 5, damn it. 5 witnesses. 5 witnesses. That will prove in court.
There was a lot of McButts back in the day.
Dumbass Andrew videos by Kentucky Cosmoline are total false. Totally.
Oh, false.
You're running it in, dude. Stop.
You understand English.
There's nothing to
He's telling the truth. Damn. They're not good. They're not listening. They're too fucking stupid. You started yelling for 10 minutes. You think that Andrea has told you the truth and she ain't told you nothing but a big ass bucket of lies. Big ass bucket of lies. That's all she told you, dumbass. That's all she fucking told you. 100 hours of nothing but lies.
100 hours? Oh, I forgot. D drug it out to fucking, we got 600 hours of tape.
Oh, yeah.
What the fuck? Suddenly it turned into a goddamn documentary.
Yeah. We got a terabyte.
That shit was 100 hours?
Yeah, he stretched it a little bit.
God, that's fucking crazy, man.
Well, I believe this is after, I think if I remember the timeline right, our Skype call with him was probably after the last hangout we just watched. And this is after the Skype call. Because I think it was on the Skype call, Dr. D just come in like a fucking hammer and he's like, fucking, we got 100 hours over, motherfucker. We got you on tape. I think that's where that's coming from now.
Yeah.
And fucking now Vaughn's all fucking.
Vladimir David always seemed to drop the hammer.
Yeah. Yeah.
Your referee, I'm judge here.
Pearl Spellbinder.
Understand plain English. No, you don't. Because you did. You're listening instead of flapping your gums.
Major point, Vaughn. Now let someone respond. Let someone respond to your point, Vaughn. Now you're saying that. So, Rolo, go ahead.
Oh,
You agree with
that? I think Vaughn has a point. He has a valid point. I can't say, I don't think that everything that Andrea says is the truth. I don't think we just hit her word against his, right? I think that's your fact. I mean, it's hearsay, right? Oh, I see. Well, listen. Holy fuck, stop for a second. I believe the skid marks are definitely true because I've seen pictures of it for fuck's sake, so you can't deny that. Vaughn even admitted. But that's not what I mean, I don't know. I mean, she kind of fibs a little bit, wouldn't you say, James? Wouldn't you say maybe once in a while she's known to stretch the truth or kind of get the facts confused a little bit? James, I'm talking to you. Hello. Snap out of it, man. On Helden. Hello.
Yeah.
Real quick, while everybody's going to be quiet. Listen, real quick. real quick, Mom. What did your
Hello.
Oh my God. What did your video today mean? Because I didn't understand it. I'm being serious. I didn't get it.
You really don't get it?
I swear to God, I don't. I do not understand.
Don't worry, there's some trolls out there that understand what that video means.
Well, tell me if you don't know.
No, I won't. Because Kennykpz won't tell me what he's got. So why the fuck should I tell you what I got?
He gave you his phone number.
You got to think that video was meant for share. You got to think about it.
Just a clusterfuck once fucking Spellbinder tries to get in there. But I don't know, Kenny. Is there anything else you'd like to share? Any words of wisdom to up-and-coming milkers and farmers of a new generation?
Oh, man. Well, I mean, I'll say this, man. You know, we had some fun. We pulled some gags, you know, the agency and a bunch of other stuff. Tried to make people laugh, have a good time. But, you know, those days are kind of gone, you know, in my opinion. I mean, I don't know where Vaughn is at or what's up in his life now. I mean, what is he up to?
Like I said, the kids are gone and he's living life great and he's skimming off Ma's money. So everything's going according to plan.
That's it, huh?
That's where he's hanging out with G-Man. They've collided. The worlds have collided. And
as they're building a new religion?
And he's going to take us all to court this time for real.
Well, yeah, I mean, I don't know. I mean, like I said, we had some fun with this stuff back in the day. You know, did have a good time. And, you know, but it's 2020, man. You know, I think there's not a whole lot of time for me personally to dick around with a lot of people like that on the internet anymore. You know, like it's so. I mean, I got a channel and I'm gonna start doing some shows, and people are welcome to come over and check it out and hang out. We're gonna talk about more serious shit. You know. I'm really gonna talk about a whole lot of Von Helton or troll related stuff these days, but you know, we'll still have a good time. We'll still have some laughs and stuff. You need to in times like this, but you know, yesterday is gone. You know what I mean? So but we definitely had some fun, and I kind of wanted to come in here and just we go over some old stuff and go down memory lane a little bit, but. Yeah, I mean, the Von Hilton story is pretty much all but over anyway. Like a lot of, I mean, like your boy just played earlier, Corky, he left the internet, right? So,
yeah, basically we're just waiting for fucking Von to roll the fucking boulder in front of the tomb entrance. It's done. I think we're looking at one of the last chapters of Von Helton right now. So,
yeah, man. I mean, what's left? What's left to see, with Vaughn, right? Other than
downhill from here,
however it ends, But yeah, it was a good time though, man. Just kind of looking back on some of this shit. I say a lot of this stuff I forget about. Him opening his back door, and I mean, it was some crazy shit back in the blog TV days, especially, man. That's when it was really the funnest, was the blog TV stuff. So.
I got a lot of like old footage, like full blog shows and that I haven't went through in years, right? And sometimes I'll go sifting through just looking for a clip, and a lot of it is not really shareable anymore, because it's just so nuanced, right? But still to go through it and remember, I'm like, oh fuck yeah, or see an account or fucking rage about account that I forgot about in like a certain era. Like there's a lot of fucking like we skimmed the surface of the shit that went on back in the day. Like, I mean, that was some of the high points, but
God, there was so much shit. As far as words of wisdom, though, for anybody out there fucking around, I don't know, man. I mean, it's a different era. It's a different world now than it was when I was, trying to have fun on the internet. I would just say this. Don't get caught up in the back and forth with people online, like the real personal stuff. Some people get caught up in that and they just kind of never really get out of it. It's easy to get sucked into it too. Mm-hmm. But if you're gonna be out there trolling or trying to make people laugh or really doing anything, you're gonna get attacked. So I think the biggest lesson that I've learned that I think I could pass on that would really be useful to anybody out there is just do your own thing. Don't worry about what everybody else is saying about you. People are always going to have something bad to say, you know. So just don't get caught up in that back and forth and that constant bickering, because then that becomes what you're doing online rather than what you came to do, right? Which, like you do, you just entertain and you analyze shit, right?
Mm-hmm.
But that's lesson learned. Hopefully, you know, maybe somebody out there trolling around will get something out of that. But yeah, just do your thing and don't worry about the back and forth. You know, just do you.
Mm-hmm. If you look down, you see you left the clown shoes on. Just keep walking.
Yeah, if you're in the middle of that bank robbery and you look down, you see them clown shoes. Just everybody else sees them too. Just keep on walking.
Just
you know.
keep fucking walking.
So shout out to everybody that came out.
Yeah,
appreciate it. I see Dragon Jim Dragon Jim is in the chat. I see Lusty. I see some familiar names. So it's good to see some of you guys that came out. I know a lot of you motherfuckers are listening and just haven't come in the chat, and that's cool too. So I hope everybody's doing well. And like I said, if you want to come check out the channel, we're going to be doing some live shows over there. I'm going to have some guests, some people I've never really had, on, before, people haven't been exposed to. So we're just going to talk about 2020 and what's going on and a lot more serious shit. So, but I appreciate you having me on.
All right, man. Well, thanks for coming on. And I guess until next time, everybody. Bye-bye. Bye-bye.
Woo!
Bye-bye.